Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Lemon Rolls with What Team Comp. I'm your host, the Uncommon Guru, and we are going to be having a good time picking back up right where we left off. Filling in one of our players. As you can see, we have Oz back. Unless Oz was Oz here last time? I don't remember.
No, she wasn't.
Yeah?
Yes, she
No.
was. Yes, she was.
Yeah,
Was
I
she?
remember.
Yeah,
I
because she
remember
was wanting to
jumping out of the
jump
hole.
Oh, that's right. She was panicking because Venrora was getting the shit kicked out of her.
Yes,
Wait,
when
Guru.
they got pinned
Guru
between
was-
Hydras.
Was what I said the first thing on the recording or no?
No, I completely muted you guys on the OBS to
Okay.
ensure that you guys couldn't say Jack or all that
Okay.
you picked up on.
Now make sure that you unmuted us, however.
I did. That's why.
Guru,
That's
you gotta
why
understand is
you're-
'cause
Ugh,
the silence
anyway.
was so long. I went, did
To-
shit start?
to be
or
fair,
as you started
the reason you said that as I started talking because it had started. I hit start recording and it apparently registered as like, oh, you want to start streaming? And I'm like, I mean, that'd be nice, but not right now because that'll like eat up everything I've got right now, and I want to have a soul.
I don't have a soul.
a soul.
So when we last left off, you guys had had a fun time with Hydras, remember?
I'm sorry, fun sounds subjective right now.
I thought it was fun.
Fun.
Yes.
I bet
Yeah.
you did, DM.
It was a real basher.
When Earthos went on that
Gotcha.
slide, he went, I want to go again.
Well, yeah.
This sounds like it a second time. You want a third?
I'm fine.
As I said, I can range it.
No, I
Wait,
don't want to
then-
catch it.
We
You
could have
didn't hear
taken
what
him.
I said.
Oh,
Hello?
hello.
Hello.
Oh, I was just saying, like, when Earthos went on that slide, it was so lovely. He went, and he wanted to go again.
We heard. No worries.
Oh.
did hear that.
Oh, he did. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
As I said, that's why he did go again. It had to be caught
Oh.
again.
I didn't hear that.
You slipped twice.
You know, as one does.
Watching you, Caesar.
So here we go. Caesar's gonna start shit.
You look like it.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, we starting?
Yes, we are in recording. Yes,
Yeah, just do
What?
the recap. Just do the recap.
I just did the recap.
The Hydra.
Yeah,
Yes.
you guys
All right.
fought El Hydra,
All right.
and afterwards you
Back to the
managed to
book.
get back with the horn, and you're heading back to topside.
Oh, I'll climb all these damn stairs again. Goddamn.
Yeah, you gotta climb all the damn stairs again.
We're battered and bruised, but we making it back.
Just long jump up them and like do it faster than everybody else.
It's like 100 feet tall, literally.
Have a long jump. I mean a tall.
You don't have a long jump of 100 feet high.
No,
Ma-
I mean like if it's stairs.
Make an
then
athletics
okay.
check.
She just wants to skip them like 10 at a time. I got it.
do acrobatics.
Because you're jumping, I'm gonna say no.
I think jumping is acrobatic though.
Jumping is athletics.
Oh.
You are
Okay.
using your physical strength to leap into the air.
We've had this argument about parkour. Just do the athletics.
And I accept that you're wrong, but I got a 5.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Not again. People's ankles are legit getting broke.
19.
Hmm?
19.
19. Okay. You go to leap up the stairs and you land with your toes only against the edge of the stair. Like basically, it's just your toenails in actuality, but you know.
You digging your claws in so you don't fall backwards.
You're able to throw your hands out to catch yourself against these stairs and not do the Earthos slide back into everyone. So you're able to pick yourself up and be like, I meant to do that.
Oh nice.
The DC for that was 18
Christ.
because you rolled a 5.
That hurts.
You just caught yourself. Hurt your
The bun
toes.
claws.
Thankfully, you didn't crack a nail.
It's good.
That would have hurt.
I don't think those are easily breakable. Thank God.
Thank you. Yeah.
John now being fucking issued a challenge.
Oh,
I'm
please.
so sorry.
If I wanted to be issued a challenge, I'd set it up for myself, let you guys challenge me to make you think that it's your idea, and then drop it on you. You know, casual.
I can hear like Taru like very mildly giggling.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, it's something else. I'm trying to be quiet.
Caesar did a thing.
Kieran sent me a stupid video.
Oh.
Do we have to? We identified everything we found, right?
I believe so.
We got
Pretty
the
sure, yeah.
dust I found, which is nice. We got the shoes I gave the J-Man.
The J-Man!
That was about it, right? We found the dust and the shoes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
Just in case, I'll cast while we're walking, Guru. While we're walking, I'll cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Just see if there's anything else on us that may or may not happen to be magical that we don't know about.
Like 8,000 pings.
Okay. So, as you're walking up the stairs, unless you're ritual casting it again while you're going throughout, for the first 10 minutes you're going through it, there is a thin bit of magic that just seems to casually be in the air, particularly around the plants. I'm not
Oh,
sure if
sweet.
it's, like, coming off of
Is
the
it
plants.
abjuration magic?
Let me check real quick. I don't believe
I'm
so.
thinking either abjuration or conjuration is the two I have in mind.
It is
I thought
Necromancy.
transmutation.
tall-
Transmutation.
that question. Transmutation.
There is some conjuration in there and a little bit of evocation as well, but the majority of the because again it's very thin strands, but the majority that you're picking up on that are kind of pinging off of the plants is bits of transmutation that seem to just kind of gently wafting off of them, not off.
Oh.
Or do me a favor. Please don't cut the
Please don't. What?
cut the plants,
Oh.
just in case. Are we bringing back Uwu Goo? Is this something we're really bringing back? It's dead.
How
She said like, oh. I'm sorry.
I don't know who I want to chuck off the cliff first.
Me.
I'm just walking. I'm walking
Yeah.
steps.
I'm walking. I'm just
Yeah,
relaxing
that's
and walking.
I'm taking the lazy way. Fuck this.
You're riding Lux.
Yep.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Looks back at you for a moment. Keeps walking.
Sugar cube.
Looks like kind of like glances towards it and just is like does like kind of like turns the head and then keeps walking, turns the head, keeps walking, like, bitch, I am walking. How the hell am I supposed to reach this?
I mean, if you open your mouth, then
It's a case of he's trying to make sure he doesn't fall down the stairs.
how are you gonna fall down the stairs while nibbling on some?
Paris,
To
how
turn
are you
its
thinking
head
you're
so we can
riding?
take it from your hand.
Yes.
Also, horses have 4 legs they gotta look at going upstairs.
Yeah. You with
They
your
need to concentrate.
you with your 2 legs, and to be fair as well, he doesn't have toes. So if he's already walking on his toes.
You gotta be conscientious.
He doesn't have
John.
toes, so he's already walking on.
Because as I said it,
walking
I
on-
remembered how horse skeletons are.
Paris. He has 4 toes, 1 on each foot.
Anyway,
Good
I'm
times.
sorry.
He'll get the sugar cube later
Oh,
because
Alright.
he can't get him now. That being said, with you guys having the ability to get yourself up the stairs, no issue there, except for with Lux, who has to be very careful. You eventually get back to that open window you'd seen before. And true to form, you see the unicorn very lazily, very relaxed, just kind of taking a full-on nap. Just head tucked under its leg, just you hear a faint
Excuse me.
and
Unicorn.
as you speak, the man holds up a hand just like motions you guys inside. And as he does so, you do notice that he is strung up hammocks. Enough for all of you. And of sizes appropriate for all of you.
I appreciate this.
Wait, what the fuck?
He
Man
has
got his hammocks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, wait. I have a question for you.
Yep.
A, how are they anchored? And B, if it's like I think it is, how high is the ceiling?
Paris, this is throne room like area.
So, yeah,
So,
it's
yeah, there's plenty of space, and from what you can tell, you either didn't notice it before or the unicorn grew more wooded tree-like apparitions that look like they're growing out of the ground, up, and then back into the wall.
so that's how he anchored it. Okay.
Yeah. So they're just like basically rooted to the room's floor and then just kind of going up and then back into the wall. And you also notice towards the ceiling, there's a lot of foliage that seems just kind of sprouting out of the wall. It's very pretty to look at. Got a little bit of flowers growing out of it.
That's why I asked, because I figured that this fucking ceiling was high, and that was the only way I could think you would anchor it.
Yeah, you're right.
If the unicorn fucking grew trees, then...
Well, I mean, again, that's the best that you can think of, because you did see the unicorn using such magic when it came in before.
Magic.
So you have returned.
You have your instrument.
I imagine it'll be good to view in the morning. You look. He kind of like looks you all over slowly. There's like a faint like wince, like ooh, as he like looks between y'all, and it's like perhaps a rest before you present it.
Why do you want it?
We'll discuss that in the morning. We won't take it until then. You have my word.
Don't like that.
You don't
Very
have-
quietly under her breath. This is how she said
Yeah,
it.
he says, you don't have to. I don't mind. I would ask, though, that you get some rest. It's my courtesy to you. If you want, I can make you a meal before you rest.
Just so you
It's-
know, Ringen has this thing fucking strapped down in his bag.
He does not want it being
Yeah.
taken out and whatnot. I get you.
What was Cassie saying?
She's basically agreeing to be fed a free meal.
She's
I'm
like,
down.
hold on, you're saying food? He
Yeah.
motions you all to essentially to take a seat. There's again the chairs from before. This time though, there's like a half of a banquet table. It's surprisingly clean-ish. You do notice though that the other half of it looks like it's been pushed upwards and is tilted like while it's being held by branches up about 30 feet off the ground. And just, I'm not going to ask, I'm just going to say this. Anyone who has a passive perception, just if they're just casually looking around, of 15, would notice that on the other half of the banquet table, it's further up, obviously, a little more out of the way because it's tilted, but they would see faint burn marks on the far end of the table, almost about the size and impression of handprints.
Oh, she's walking over Is this-
Angry hand.
to try and see. Was this a part of a spell being cast?
Make an intelligence check.
I have proficiency in Arcana.
Sure, I'll allow Arcana.
Okay, so that's a 18.
Okay, 18.
Burning hands.
Yeah, you can just use ration if you don't want him to make you food. 18. Burning hands is, well, it requires the thumbs to be connected in order to cast
Okay.
it, unless you have Warcaster. In which case you can kind of make do because you have a shield and a sword or whatever you may have in your hands. this looks like someone leaning against a table with their arms spread about to their sides. So there's a significant gap between them. So this was not burning hands. There is not a spell you can think of that would cause this. Not off the top of your head.
Hey,
There's-
Mister. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
You keep pausing.
I pause for effect as I'm thinking of what to say next to ensure that I don't give away too much information.
Sorry.
You're fine. You call for him and he looks over. You see that he's like, he's got a little fire going and he's got bits of fruit that he's cooking. Looks,
Table's burnt.
glances up at it. Oh yes, that was a long time ago, I'd imagine. One of the one of the last things before everything.
One of what things?
One of the last things before things truly seemed to fall apart.
Guy looks human, right?
Yep.
Yes, you.
Thank you.
What the fuck is this guy? I'm trying to. This guy's gotta be like a fake creature. That's where my money's at right now.
Did we ever confirm with him exactly what his race is?
If I remember correctly, I thought we had, because I thought he said he was like me and Jarvis.
He said that, but like not straightforward. So I think that's one of the things we want to ask him.
Also, the food.
Mob him! Sorry.
You want to try and rob him?
No, mob him is what I said!
Oh my god, you're gonna
That's a worse idea.
mob him.
Rob!
Okay.
Put your
Steal his
hands
money.
up! This is a stick up!
See how he reacts. She
Yeah,
turns
she's
the other
eating her.
cheek
She's gonna
and-
eat the rations.
Okay, so 3 of you are eating rations, not the food he's making.
I'm gonna eat
eating
the
that
food he's making. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know. I'm saying so 3 of you are eating rations, 3 of you are not.
Yeah, pretty much.
The food he's making, by the way, is apparently he's got some kind of. It smells caramelized, and if you kind of like lean over, just kind of peeking at it, it looks like he's caramelizing and baking apples.
I know what this probably is going to be. I really just don't give a shit.
Check if this
I'm-
food is poisoned anyway, or if it's like if something's off about it.
I believe it would be detect poison and disease the spell if you have it prepared.
I've got a spell, but is just by like looking and smelling and observing, can I tell if there's anything off with it? Not necessarily poison, but like off, or maybe arcane about it.
I'm gonna say no to arcane.
Okay.
Just looking at it, I'd say
Smelling, because weird food can smell.
it
I'm
can-
gonna-
I'll allow your perception check.
I know
Me-
Halcyon's
Okay,
going
back.
to eat it.
Uh-huh.
So as he's going through it, I'm going to look at whatever he's pulling apart to see if it looks poisoned.
Make perception.
Because Halcyon,
Yeah.
Halcyon's
22?
2,000. Can I roll Poisoner's Kit, Guru?
Sure. Are you looking, or are you like actually gonna try and pick it apart yourself?
No, he's picking it apart. I'm telling him where to pick it apart at, though. I just whisper it in his ear.
Poisoner's Tools intelligence check.
Alright.
So 22 from Oz.
Yeah,
Only a
baby.
14.
Yeah, no worries. Everywhere you're telling him to pick apart looks fine thus far. I mean, they all put it in his mouth, and he's certainly not dying. Oz, as you're nibbling on your ration, keeping your eye on him, keeping your eye to see if make sure that he's not too. Wait, he's adding cinnamon. You can smell it.
Please tell me she doesn't know what cinnamon is. Please tell me she doesn't know what fucking cinnamon is.
Do you know what
So she
cinnamon
thinks
is?
it's a poison.
I feel like it's a spice. I feel like she'd fucking know. It's a spice that exists.
Well, yeah, but the question is how rare is
How
cinnamon
rare
in
is
God's
cinnamon?
world?
Would she, Guru? I don't know what your cinnamon rules are. What's the lore? What's the lore, baby?
Cinnamon is not incredibly rare, but it's less. It is a less common.
Lemon rolls has evolved.
It is less
It's now
common.
cinnamon rolls. Sorry.
You're fine. It is less common on the southern side. So for like Earthos, Cassie, actually no, not Earthos. Earthos isn't eating it. For Gyrus and Cassie, this is a treat.
Ooh.
I feel almost heartbroken that you've now confirmed that I have almost never had cinnamon roll.
Bummer.
I'm gonna stick my fucking leg in your fucking
Oh
ass.
fuck,
man.
Paris, the joke that just came in my head. Oh fuck.
What is?
I'll
DM
give
it to me.
No,
Yeah.
put it in out of Oaks. Put it in out of Oaks.
Fuck no, I'm not even putting
I
it in
feel
there.
like she'd know because I don't know.
You're on the north side. You're from the north
She's
side.
traveled.
Yeah. You're from the north, so you have a better idea. She's
Okay,
cultured.
cool. Yeah, I know it's from this.
Uncultured swine if you don't know about cinnamon.
Anyway,
Yeah, this is a treat. It's like having
mean-
dessert for your dinner.
Paris, I'm sorry.
That's why you just heard me snort so hard I hurt my nose.
I'm just
Oh
joking.
no!
Oh Christ! I'm fucking chowing down. I'm
Oh, yeah.
hungry.
Yeah,
And these fucking muscles are not gained from eating, from not eating. God damn it!
you're fine. Yeah, you're able to just chow down and just it's good. No meats, but
Fucking fidget. No.
I mean to be fair, you do see that he has a bow off to the side and such as that, so he probably could go out and hunt it. But considering what you've seen outside, are you expecting to eat something normal?
yeah.
Cool.
Define normal.
Are you expecting to eat rabbit and elk
How would I
when
fuck-
there's a hydras out there?
Hydra meat. I don't know how powerful this bitch is. He's gonna like just shake me. He's gonna reach the screen and shake.
Is the dude eating with us, or what's he doing?
After he feeds you all, he has like only half of an apple, but he's just kind of like he's even just take a bite out of it. Just he's eating. He's just eating a lot slower than you.
I thought you were saying he
Okay.
took like one bite and was done. I'm like, that's the most suspicious fucking thing.
No, he's the whole thing. He chews it very slowly.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna eat for now then.
Okay.
How big are these apples, Gur?
So if you take your hand and you form it into a fist,
Aye.
and then wrap your other arm around it, your other hand.
Arm.
Your entire arm.
No, your hand.
Go on.
And then imagine that this is Venrora's hands.
Uh-huh.
That's
Christ
every there.
almighty.
Oh,
Christ almighty. That might actually,
me-sized apple.
Jesus.
Hell
that
yeah.
might actually be
Damn.
the size of my head.
Oh god, I want to eat
Jesus,
that.
like, fucking
Bro, no, you will die.
No, she won't. She'll just take little bites.
No,
Or, cut it up into bite-sized pieces.
you don't understand. With her, she's not a quitter.
I didn't
size
say
of
she was.
one.
Die.
Okay.
Taking one of these apples.
I mean, if you ask for one, he'll give it to you. It's not exactly going to be stingy.
Don't worry, I'm just gonna have one slice. Carves out the biggest fucking slice you've ever seen.
Only one
I'm
spoonful.
gonna have one slice, cuts it, cuts it so that there's a slice, and then takes the entire thing around it. Here's my slice.
Alright. Pretty much.
It's like that.
Reminds me of fucking Red Dwarf, where like fucking protagonist guy is like making a chicken vindaloo. So he takes like this jar of like hot chili powder, puts 1 teaspoon into a bowl, and just dumps the whole jar into the fucking microwave.
Jesus Christ.
That's some I want to
Yeah.
get fucked up energy.
Chaotic neutral.
material component for Dragon's Breath.
There you go.
Dude,
All
I'm
right,
just
so I
Only
eat the
fire
entire apple in
Nine sample Dragon's Breath.
5 bites.
Nice.
Cassie's jaw is on the table.
It's going to take more than 5 bites.
Guru, I'm letting you know that's about as many bites it takes me to eat a regular apple.
Okay.
What the fuck is the radius of your mouth?
Anyway.
Just saying.
Wait, no. How
Wing
much of the
doesn't
apple
count
do
as
you
butter.
eat? How much of the apple do you eat?
Oh, I go in on the apple butters, don't
No,
worry.
I mean like, do you eat like the tops and bottoms of it too, or no?
No, you don't
Oh,
eat the
I
seeds,
do.
man. You don't eat
No.
the... Oh,
You eat
What?
the other parts around the seed.
okay, that's fair.
Can't eat-
That's fair. I haven't thought... Oh, yeah, like, I haven't thought about that. But I, like, stop at the core.
Coward.
There is no core.
Oh my god.
I've once
What?
eaten an apple
He
and there was
removed it.
nothing left.
Oh, he removes the core. I thought you meant that like he
Okay.
grew this apple and there was no core
No.
to be had.
He removed the core, cut it
Oh,
in
it's
half,
one of them.
got a cast iron skillet that he had sugar poured into, and caramelized and baked these apples.
Guru, I would like to redact my statement. It takes me 3 bites.
Man.
Less apple than I anticipated.
Make him roll authority!
Man. Amateur can't even do it in one.
He does give you more than one whole apple.
Hell yeah.
He gives you two apples because
I
he knows
appreciate
your
this.
appetite might not be quite as strong. But if you want more, he will make more.
My appetite is as strong as I am, so I appreciate this.
Apple.
So once we're done consuming apples, what happens?
He
I need to talk to this man.
motions for you guys, get some rest as he kind of takes a step back to go to his own rest, which is not actually going to go to sleep, from what you can tell. He's going over to where his materials were for his weapons and such, for likely taking the night shift.
Oh. God.
I was gonna say Gyrus definitely follows after him too.
Yes. Okay, good. So Cassie and Jarvis are fucking just trying to follow him then.
Okay,
Yeah.
I try to follow, but I try to go stealth too.
roll stealth.
Arthos is just gonna lie down and sleep because
Yeah!
he isn't in any shape to be doing this.
Earthus is like, fuck this.
Wait, what's happening?
They're
We're
following
either
after this
following
dude.
the man
At 10.
sleeping.
I notice you with my passive.
I'm pissed.
I think Gyrus notices you with his
Oh
passive.
yeah. Even
Wait,
better.
you
No,
guys-
unless you know it's bad.
You guys are following the guy
Mhm.
Yes.
for what reason?
We need
We
to
got
talk.
questions.
Why not you stop him?
The duality of man.
You-
I
is how
tried
you
to. He
fuck-
just kept walking.
This is how you fucks get kicked out of places.
It's not that he's walking away from them. He's just going to get his stuff.
No,
So
okay.
when they're following him, he just kind of glances back at them and just keeps walking, grabs his stuff, and then turns around and is like, "Yes."
I'm glancing back at. Hold up. How? Nieves. Okay, I almost called her Nueve, and that was gonna be real bad.
She's fucking Night. Her name is Night.
God.
Copa.
Doesn't no, Nueve is not. Her name is What is Night again?
Noche.
Noche. Yeah. Nueve is not. Yeah.
Holy shit, thank you, buddy.
Yes, he meant Nueve.
I walk up to Niched.
Her full name is Des E Nueve.
Okay. Okay. Deep breath. I'll look back at. I almost did it again. Nieves. Why are you following?
Just following the man.
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
Gyrus will turn to him and be like, "Oh, could we ask you a few questions?"
I can see you have time before you rest. You may ask.
He glances.
Cassie's
at
trying
Cassie.
to. Cassie's trying to like kind of like shoo Naevis away.
Mm.
Darius isn't very concerned about her hearing or not, so.
She's more just thrown off that she's being followed.
We were following too, though.
Are you following him?
So I have a
They
question.
just said that they had questions. Hold on. He walks over and he kind of motions to you like, "May I?" as he holds out his hand with palm down above your head.
Who's?
Nieves.
Oh no!
Oh,
Or she like scuttles backwards to the fucking car. Trying not be stepped on.
It appears
Crab with the knife.
what
She don't
was
sound
that?
like
Sentiment? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
Apparently, she did not want me to check and make sure her ears were not clogged. Fair enough.
Head pat?
I don't think she likes touch.
Understandable.
Would
No.
her.
Hmm?
Oh,
Please,
never mind.
continue.
I understand now.
Oh, did you believe I said something elsewise?
No, I was thinking out of character. That's what was going on.
That he wanted to check her. Fucking Oz. That he wanted to check
out
her
of
ears.
character. I was over here like, wait, why the fuck would he want to check her ears? Okay, now I get it.
To ensure
I
that
thought he just.
Yeah.
I thought he just wanted to touch her ears. Shit.
I thought he was flirting.
Stay
Both
on
me and
target.
Nieves thought that. And I was like,
Stay on target.
I was into it,
Yeah.
but Nieves was not.
Continue.
That's such a fucking weird way to flirt. I'm sorry. Ayo, bitch, let me touch your ear.
To be
Bitch, let me flick them earlobes.
No kink shaming, please. Let's continue.
No kink shaming.
you heard her.
You mentioned before we left. You said when we brazenly asked what you were, so apologies for that in advance, but you mentioned that you were like us? I'm not
Yes.
quite sure I understand.
You said light touched. Do you mean Azamar?
Similar, yes.
But not the same.
No. To say that I am the same would be to give you an impression that is not wholly the truth. I have been asked not to reveal it at this time, and I am beholden to do my best to live to that promise.
You were asked by whom?
The one who sent me here.
I'm gonna guess you can't tell us who that is.
You see a faint quirk to his lips. He looks like he's trying very hard not to smile.
I can't tell if you're being coy or.
I don't believe you would believe me,
Try me.
Andreas.
I said name so fucking familiar. God damn it.
Yeah, I'm over here like notes. Were
Nature god, if I remember correctly, or something like that. A
Correct.
god
So.
of nature of some kind.
Correct.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think we've been seeing their shit all over the
Propaganda.
place. Yeah, yeah, it is.
This is our kind of propaganda.
Okay.
What? Where'd
Oh.
Batalon come from?
He just crashed through the wall for a second. He's fine. He
Is
does
there,
kind of tilt her head.
is there anything you could tell us about what we are?
You are Ismar, yes?
Uh,
I do not believe that there is too much more than that to be said. I do not mean to make you feel that I do not know more. It's simply my personal confusion. If you do know who you are, right?
He Jarvis glances at Cassie quick, and he's like,
More you're looking for?
we don't know much about.
Any of our celestial heritage at all?
We are the only ones we've run into.
The Age of Light took many souls from this world, and many had to be born again, anew, but only the two of you.
So far,
Jarvis
the you.
nods. Yeah.
A tragedy indeed. So many lost.
When you say reborn anew, you don't mean that Azamar are reincarnations, do you?
He slowly takes a seat, motions for you two to do the same.
This is gonna be. Oh, he'll sit immediately. He
Gyrus.
needs to know.
Eager to
You
know.
hurt your ass with that fall. Take a
He must know.
What do you believe happens after death?
Jarvis glances at Cassie first.
Why the hell are you looking at me?
I haven't thought so much about it.
Thought that there's an afterlife, but well, seeing is believing, and I'm not dead yet.
No, you most certainly are not dead yet.
Is Nieves still here, by the way?
No, she ran off.
Totally not.
She stumbled to the wall.
Oh,
She's
okay.
like, hey, don't touch me!
I didn't know if she came back up or not.
I don't know, did
I
she?
love.
Can I
I
try to
love
stealth
how,
No, she has lost her ability to stealth. They're looking for it.
Oh no, I'm just kidding. Then no,
I love how ominous that almost sounded. Like, well, you know, I'm not dead yet. Like, no,
right,
no,
like,
no.
like I expected a knife in the very deep recesses of my head.
No, just not even a knife. Just like just a long, drawn out laugh. Just like,
And then you die.
right, right you are. Right,
Right, you are. Not yet.
Staring at you, smiling.
Anyway. So Nieves is, gone?
She's backed away, from what I
Okay.
understand.
She'd
I mean-
scramble back over to the table. Like, if I can't stealth again, then we're not trying. The operation.
I mean, to be fair, you don't know whether you can stealth or not. You can try. Out of character, the answer is pretty much a not really, but
Does she think she's compromised?
Yeah,
she was
she's very
seen,
nervous
so yes,
already.
she was compromised.
So yeah.
She's very nervous, so I don't think.
She wouldn't be sticking around then?
So what you're telling me is Nieves is more of a rabbit than Caesar, because Caesar has no fucking flight tendencies.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Continue.
All right. Anyways, regardless, when he says that he doesn't apologize or anything like that. He's just like, yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing. Look, if you
okay.
if you have a belief, there is there's only so much one can do in relation to the gods, particularly with Aitse. Many people believe that Aitse is where all souls must go. That into her bosom they are drawn, into her bosom they are taken, and as such they should strive for nothing but it. But some people are not believers, and considering the state of the world at times, I can see why, if I am not a little bit not frustrated or perplexed in my own right, but I can say that even with that feeling of such, I can also rest easy myself in a personal belief that when the souls of the non-believers part, they have a chance to return and to see the world again through fresh eyes. That is not to say that they will believe the second time through, or that they should. Simply that their life is giving to themselves and to others what they see as not deserving. That's not the right word. An equivalent exchange, if you will, between who they are and what they are willing to give and the world itself in its own sense, I suppose. Does that make sense?
Sort of.
Essentially, those who die, yes, they do fall away and they do not believe as others do. That is simply the way of life. But that is not to say that those who believe are not wrong, or that they are right, more right than those who don't believe. Just that when it comes down to it, those who do not believe and choose to, out of full ignorance, they have never, of course, seen the deities themselves, they are given a chance to allow their soul to take another chance, another shot at life.
So what you're telling me is non-believers are reincarnated, in a way.
And believers are given a choice as well. They are allowed to return to Aitse's bosom as they were promised, or can return to the world to try again if they do not feel they did enough, or that they feel that in what they did, they... how do I put this? They could have done more for one person or another. They might choose thereby to return, and after returning, they may choose to assist or even just to live again. Some people, believe it or not, like to be alive.
I'm sorry.
He looks at you and he gives you the straightest, most like, yes, this is an actual thing face.
Gyrus, you know what? Even Gyrus would probably be making a little bit of a weird face.
Oh, Cassie just like lowers her head. There is no hiding the face. I just have hair to cover it if I do this.
Yeah, he looks at you for a second. He's just like, you would not understand yet. You are still alive. This is all you know.
Oh.
If you knew more, you would understand.
So, returning to the original question.
Yes.
What are you?
No, so are Azamar these people these souls that come back?
Yes. Azamar are not born of blood, but of soul. You could be the poorest peasant residing at the bottom of a sewer grate and still be born with the soul of deific prominence. Granted, the deities do tend to try and at least ensure that you are sent somewhere that will help in the ensurement of your, how would I say this. The ensurement of your propagation. No, that's not the right word.
Survival.
No, that's not the right word either. Ensuring that you don't fall by accident. There are no accidents in this world, and even those that feel like they are, or to the casual person might be believed as such, there is many forces at work, all trying to pull at the strings and see how they can get it to pull, and that is where people like you, ASMR, have guides, those who try and ensure that you are not set astray, if you will. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Forgive me, I've been having too much of the pollen around me lately.
Glances at trees that have been grown.
He shrugs. There are also flowers and such in here as well.
Spring air is really full of pollen up here.
Especially up here.
I'm gonna like
Just
axe
like
myself in the face.
tears start falling. Like, I'm not sorry, it's just the pollen.
So, what I'm hearing is, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I probably am, because this is at least 50% of this is going over my head. I've had a past life that I know nothing about.
Is there any way for us to learn of these past lives or reconnect with them?
Occasionally. Not everyone has a past life. Do not misconstrue what I am saying.
So not all Azamar have
No.
a past life.
It's just that it is more likely, depending upon how they ended their lives. And considering the Age of Light, there was plenty of reason for them to desire as such. Particularly those who are fallen tend to choose to return, although some who fall choose instead to, well, how do I put this? They choose instead to follow dark entities and find themselves in the pits of the hells and such as that. Needless to say, they do not have the option of being brought back, as they have already given their soul to the hells and the ensurement that they will find in afterlife. Some people just want to make sure that their end will be known, and they do not consider the options that there are or what could happen if they choose the wrong one.
Sounds like knowledge that we shouldn't know. Are you to erase our minds after this?
Why shouldn't you know this? Do you believe it?
Partially.
That is for you to determine then. After all, what I have said is, well, it's what I have said. Who's to say that I am right? Are you saying that I am right? Am I saying I am right? Yes, I am. But that is for me to say, not for anyone else.
Just looks at Gyrus. And it's the face of what the fuck is happening right now? What did I get myself into by asking this?
He glances at you, but you can tell he's
Enraptured?
He is thinking. It's a very neutral face, actually.
That's actually quite weird.
Yeah, he's kind of concentrated on this.
I want to believe you're right, let's put it that way.
He nods.
If we don't believe,
Mm-hmm.
then are we not bound for anywhere after we die?
Non-believers are allowed to, or given the option, to come back.
You have options. Not believing in something doesn't mean that when you've passed on that you will find yourself without others who will guide you. In fact, your guide themselves may speak with you after you've passed on. that does happen. But they usually at that point are there to teach you and to try and see where your mindset is and see if you are of the mindset of assisting in others' salvation later, or if you are choosing instead that you've done enough and that you wish to see where your final destination will be, whether it be in the bosom of, I'd say, amongst the powers of the gods or otherwise.
Gyrus is very quiet as he's kind of digesting all this.
Then I have a question.
You may ask.
Is there any way to tell who our god is, or is it just
Your guide can be various different
senses?
people. Sometimes your guide may take the guise of a person sent to speak with you on behalf of the gods, to direct you, as it were. That way you are not feeling so far from who you were, who you are, that you, well, fall.
Get it?
Hmm?
I think I get it. Maybe. I don't know.
He has a gentle smile on his face as he nods. It's alright if you don't. Knowledge is never easy.
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
He's a small one between the two of us. No, it's not easy for me.
Even though you mentioned Gyrus, he's still thinking. He's not even thinking.
Oh boy. She waves her hand in front of his face.
He blinks.
Are you still with me?
Yes, it's a lot to take in. We've discovered more about ourselves than we have our entire life.
That does
I mean-
be something that happens quite often when you find yourself listening.
So if you're not quite like us, but you are still like us, air quotes, I don't understand what you are then. Still an ASMR, or are you something else entirely?
I am myself. It is
Especially since
the-
you've been sent by a god.
So you believe that then?
You're with a unicorn!
The unicorn likes me. I keep good company.
My point still stands! Oh,
Regardless of
Well-
my position or who I am or where I come from, I am a friend and I am an ally. These things I tell you true.
Well, if you can't discuss more about yourself, may I ask, this light age, how long ago was this?
Over 100 years ago.
How many hundreds of years ago?
I thought he said 800.
He said over, didn't he?
He said over 800, but I figured that would just mean like anywhere between 199 and 100. Or am I just getting this wrong?
I always think of 100 plus, so that
Oh,
is a lot of numbers.
Why she's
Were you
got the
referring
omega?
to the end or the...
The age itself and when it ended.
It ended around 100 years ago.
100 years ago.
Not all that long ago.
Wait, isn't that when this big tree came?
Yes.
Years ago.
So the light age ended, a lot of ASMR were lost, and this tree came up. Did it come up before or after they died?
It's difficult to say.
At this point, she's just laying on her back. I'm not even kidding.
Just like, ah.
100 years ago. That would have been during the. How long did the Light Age last?
Light Age lasted for a few hundred years, maybe around 300, 300 to 500.
Why is our history book so different?
What does your history book say?
Well, the 100 years ago, the War Age ended. And that lasted 100 years. And before that was the Lost Age.
The Age of War has ended. He looks like
He's
genuinely
not.
surprised. He's just like, wait, what? Like he slowly leans back, just takes a moment, just like you see like his eyes doing the like leaning back and forth, like calculating.
He just fucking evaporates after hearing that.
Sorry, you killed him!
Just got Thanos snapped.
No, it's like, oh, he was only allowed to be here till that age ended, huh?
Oh, I see. Poof.
I must go
Fine,
now.
but- yeah, but people need me. Be right back.
He looks startled by that. He kind of like rubs his head slowly. If that's true, then your time should be correct. Your books have been good, but I have not had more than the sun to tell me of times. Forgive me, I have clearly had a few things that have escaped my notice.
Cassie looks concerned. How long have you been here again?
With this information, I can promise you that I'm not certain.
Oh, boy.
A long time. That much I am certain of.
Okay, so if I know even a tiny bit, usually when history books differ from, quite frankly, I'm sorry, but the almost omnipresent being's knowledge, something's being covered up.
He smiles at that. I appreciate the compliment. I am far from omnipresent or omnipotent.
Could have fooled me.
If I was omnipresent, I would have been standing behind you as you made your way down to get the horn.
Why would you do that?
I'd have been omnipresent.
Oh,
The entire purpose of being omnipresent is to be everywhere at once.
I thought I just meant you knew everything.
No, that's omnipotence.
Oh,
That's why I said I'm not omnipotent. He smiles at that. He's just got a big old grin on his face, just like,
I'm gonna take this boot off and throw it at you.
oh, free boot.
Oh, oh damn it.
May we speak more in the morning?
Please.
Get some rest. You sound like you need it.
Jarvis kind of nods.
So you guys are able
And,
to. Yep.
Yeah, he excused himself.
Jairus, as you get up, Rengen's waiting for you.
I was gonna. Jarvis
He looks
is
fucking bored.
Jarvis is he's. Cassie would definitely notice because she knows him well, but he's definitely very distracted. He's not all smiley and stuff like he normally is.
I mean, that'll turn anyone's head. You literally don't stop smiling.
He's thinking a lot about what y'all just discovered.
She will get up and kind of grab his sleeve real quick for like 5 seconds. Are you alright?
It's just a lot to take in.
Well, you might want to think on it later, because I think you have company. She'll head over to her hammock.
Hmm.
Company? He's like,
Gyre.
looks around. Oh.
Ringen's there. He's been waiting for a bit. He goes,
I've been
Yes.
waiting for you.
"Can I speak to you in private for a bit?"
He glances back at Cassie and I guess at the group.
Hmm.
She shoos him off, essentially.
Shouldn't take too long, hopefully.
Yes, sure. And
Oh.
he agrees.
I'll walk him out of the room.
Okay.
I like gesture him to follow him out of the room.
Yeah,
How would you
we'll
like me to owe you a favor with no judgment?
With a what?
No
With
favor,
no
judgment.
A favor with no judgment. As long as I'm not gonna get killed for it.
What kind of favor are you asking?
I need a test subject.
Need what?
A test subject. You see,
Or-
I've made it past. I've made something, a chemical mixture with. I've made something, and it's made it past animal trial fully. I've tested on many creatures. It's worked, but it's not meant for animals. It's meant for people, and I need human trial.
And what is it supposed to do?
You see, he physically bites his tongue.
You don't expect me to take this without understanding what it
You
might
remember
do.
how you were confused how I could heal somebody by using arcane makeup,
Yes.
kind of like that.
And what kind of effect will it have?
Healing.
Just like, I think.
It's made it past all the other ones, but I need a if it goes right, which I'm almost positive it will, you get a free favor and you'll be fine. I'm 83% sure. And trust me, I see what you're doing. You're gonna need a favor at some point.
He kind of smiles. And it's a little different from his normal. And he's gonna be like, so this is just supposed to act more or less like a health potion.
Stronger.
And
A little
on the
bit
off-
stronger.
And what would happen on that off 10-20%?
Well, that it's hard to you're a man of science, correct?
You know,
It's a gray area. I'm not positive. It could be different, but I wouldn't even worry about the 20%. That's me being generous with my percent. I just think you're the only open-minded one out of the party when it comes to stuff like this.
your own brother wouldn't help?
No offense. I'm not trying shit on my brother.
He smiles.
Follow me. And I walk. He starts walking more down the stairs.
Oh,
He
Chris!
follows.
All right. Isn't there there's a dining room table in a lower floor too, right? Isn't that
Yeah.
the base floor is another table? I'm heading.
Okay.
Guru, I'm gonna DM you something.
Okay.
I'm gonna DM you something I'm doing while walking down.
Okay.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hey.
Watch when it's a potion of poison. It's just like 20%
Yeah, right?
chance you get poisoned,
All right.
80% chance you
Cool.
get poisoned.
Just
Really good
doing that
thing
casually?
Jairus is about to die.
Oh yeah, behind us.
Okay.
Behind us. And I just gesture Jairus down, and I start clearing off the table. Oh, I need you to lay down. Safety precaution
Lay down.
on the table.
Make Jarvis a fucking like werewolf or vampire or something.
Right.
just on the table for me. If you want, I can throw in some money with this too.
Well, I will never turn down that.
I'll throw in 50 gold for you. Then I'll take out a different pouch and put 50 gold back.
Not that you'll be able to grab it after this.
Right?
Do you lay down is my question?
Uh,
It'll be much more comfortable, trust me.
Can we see this, or did they go into a different
No.
No,
room?
they went downstairs.
I'm at the
Okay,
bottom of
I'm
the
just making
fucking,
sure.
like, tower, yeah. Alright.
I really want to walk in on this. That would be so fucking funny, but I'm not. I'm not gonna.
Are you
can
gonna lay
if you
down
want
for
to.
me, Jairus?
he's not laying down quite yet.
I know it's croupy, but
Are
I
you
promise you will be intrigued once it happens.
Can I insight him to see if he really
Yeah.
does want to, like, fuck me up or something?
Sure.
Fuck me up, bruh.
He's being earnest. He wholeheartedly thinks that this will work. And you can tell he doesn't think you're gonna come out worse for this at all. Like, you're starting to see the eyes of not quite a madman, but
He doesn't have them
Inspiration.
crazy eyes.
you see eyes of
Fully.
inspiration, kind of, I'd say.
He, okay, he'll kind of take a breath and lay down.
I tie you down.
Hi! Oh my
It's to make sure you don't, hurt yourself.
KK.
I do two straps on the legs, basically, one on the chest, and then one on the forehead.
Mhm.
Do any of us notice this?
You are not there.
No.
They're
You guys
downstairs.
are at the top of the tower, or near, high up on the tower. We're at the bottom.
Gotcha.
I'll have you know.
Communication.
I'll
Or
have
near
you
the
know. I'll have you know. Elonan's watching.
If Jairus hulks out and I have to fight him, I'm
Or-
real pissed.
All right. Pull this
I
in your
mean,
mouth, and I'll
By
take
the
out.
way, Don,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have the owl over with the group in case some shit go down.
I'll
Gotcha.
just text
Drew, if I
Cassie
start
in the
hearing a
face.
commotion, then I'm going downstairs to see what
Alright.
it is. And I'm
Do you
and
trust me?
she's very alert right now because she's nervous about the general situation.
All right, Joris. Well, I need you to trust me, and I need you to trust me. All right. Now I'll take. He's on the table, and he takes out a scalpel.
I was gonna say, while he's like doing all this, kind of laugh, like
Oh, yeah?
chuckle, and he's like,
Oh, I am a doctor. If it makes you feel better, I am a doctor.
Don't worry, I'm a doctor. Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor.
All right, Joris.
"You're in good hands."
Joris, I trust you. You're in the best hands in the fucking continent. Oh, you ready?
He's smiling and he nods.
He brings the scalpel up to your headish area. Doesn't hit your head. Bring it to your neck. Guru,
Uh-huh.
I cut his jugular.
Okay.
He let it happen.
He did let it happen.
Dude.
He did.
He's
But-
also tied down. He couldn't
Yeah.
do
He's
shit.
going-
He's restrained.
However,
He's
I will
going.
point.
Yeah.
I will point out she did say the owl.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
He
Calm down. Calm down. All right. Shush. Shush. Calm down. And he's legit like, he's being honest. The insight you had,
Just keep calm.
he's totally calm right now.
yeah.
Are you calm
Trust
or are
me.
you panicking?
Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me.
I mean, can I even insight him like that while he's doing this?
With disadvantage, I'd say.
Because you're fucking bleeding out.
I was gonna say he wasn't expecting that. Okay, let's try.
Holy shit!
What'd you get? Read it out.
24.
25!
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
He's being fucking
Yeah.
honest.
He like jugular torn and everything. You're just like looking at him, and he's just looking at you like everything's under control, and you're just like, he really
This is all
believes
part of
this.
the plan.
Yeah,
He believes it.
I mean, how much does it hurt?
About as
You
much
had-
as having your
Guru.
blood slowly
Guru.
but surely draining.
I'll
out,
say
yeah.
this. Could
Yeah.
I have numbed it a lot?
If you used a method
Nah,
to do so.
nah, I wouldn't. Because that would have given him a clue of where I was about to cut. Nah,
Well, paradoxically, the jugular is actually not the thing that causes the spurt of blood.
Right.
It's actually the carotid artery. though, which is a bit deeper.
Whichever one that
but-
is, he cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mainly
so he's
because
still bleeding.
Okay.
Yes, he
Yeah.
is the doctor, not me.
I have the plus 11 to medicine. Okay?
Okay, let's continue this shit. Let's continue this shit.
Watching the chat and the roll 20 go off is hilarious.
It's just I'm gonna go back and watch my reaction to so I cut it.
Well, for
I need
context,
to go back and listen to the reaction of so I.
Yeah.
Alright,
alright.
so
Anyway, yeah, he
Guru.
I'm sure his
Yes.
heart is freaking out, but
so let's put it like this,
to scream or
Jairus,
anything
just
or
so you
freak
know.
out.
Jairus, do you trust? Like, do you let this happen?
Yeah,
Yep.
he's letting it happen.
Jairus dies of blood loss.
Are
Okay.
you serious?
Yes.
Okay.
Jairus,
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
I know what he's doing.
Okay.
You don't see this, Jairus, but I'll describe it either way for the audience.
Please, thank you, thank you.
So, he rummages through his bag and he pulls out.
It doesn't even have it out.
He rummages through pulls out 2 syringes of this glowing, like almost like how to say,
Green liquid.
Green liquid. You know exactly what it looks like. Guru.
I'm
Yeah.
describing it like that because I just watched
Yeah.
a thing that would make that a good reference.
Yep,
as
that's
well.
what I
Yeah.
based it off of.
Yeah.
Oh, I
He
know
takes
what you.
those both syringes, he shoves it into the base of Jairus' neck and the bottom of his torso. He injects him with both syringes, pulls out an iron rod, and shoves it in Jairus' chest, turns the knob, flicks a switch, and a jolt of lightning goes throughout. He just shoots throughout Jairus' body.
He's a Frankenstein.
Jairus, your eyes shoots open.
Oh my god.
At least it should work, right, Guru?
Yeah.
I just did.
Make
Oh
a.
Oh, dear God,
Can you just do me a favor? Roll me a d20, Jairus.
Okay. I'm so scared. Please be okay.
It's a 17. Okay.
Oh.
okay.
You come
Is
back
it
to
good or
life.
bad? Oh
Yeah.
my god. Oh.
You start
Exactly.
you start hearing him actually cackling.
And you were frightened of
This
him.
you're You have the frightened effect. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're terrified of him
Oh my
as
god.
he starts letting out this awful cackling sound.
So, question: do we hear it?
Oh, I'm.
We're a few
Better
floors
question.
down,
Yeah.
Chief.
Better question.
Yeah,
Is
you-
the owl freaking out right now?
Yeah, excellent.
No,
Jairus said he was calm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To be
Jairus
fair, he's
was
under the
not
frightened
that
effect. That
worried.
doesn't mean he's not. He's suddenly going, "Oh my gosh, owl, freak out, freak the." It's just like,
He didn't
Uh,
say Nieves was keeping alert. Was there any way
Yeah.
that she could have?
He would have had it on standby and it would have started freaking out and go towards him if he had instructed it, but he didn't. And
Oh,
when he
shit.
di-
When you
When-
die,
I was
what
gonna say when he
happens to your
died, did it
familiar?
disappear?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
it poofed.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
disappears.
so
So
it's gone.
the owl is just like there for a second, and then all of a sudden, like, I'll
don't know
allow
if
this
anyone
since
would've
Nieves is
noticed.
being freaking out. Nieves, you just see the owl just poof, and you've seen Jairus do this before, where he's summoned the owl back. So it looks kind of like that. So you're like, you probably just put it away. Maybe, you don't know. Where'd it
Talking
go?
about the cackling though, because she has big ears. Like,
Make a
He
perception
have
check.
big ear.
He cuts Jairus loose. Not cuts Jairus. He undoes Jairus' bind. And-
So
I
you're gonna say
sit-
he cuts Jairus again? Like,
19.
He sits Jairus up. Yeah.
How am I physically feeling?
You have an iron rod in your chest. How do you
No,
think?
it's
No.
taken out.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
That thing's not staying.
Like,
Yeah.
how am I hurt? Am I hurt? How am I hurting? What is
You're
going
at
on?
1 HP.
yeah.
Okay. So
You
I'm feeling
you
pretty
effectively
fucked up.
died.
Yeah,
Yeah?
you just died.
Also, before we begin,
I'm frightened, right?
before we
So-
begin, I'm actually going to put a pause on your mad scientistness, and I'm going to steal Jairus. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Oh,
I was wondering.
Good.
Oh yeah, no worries. I was expecting something
Wait,
like this, but
I was rolled a
Thank you.
19, so she doesn't want to answer to that.
Okay.
she can wait as well because this takes precedence. I promise I will be right back. I'm just grabbing Taru because this is for a
Important.
moment of death, but we'll be right back.
Oh,
So
Oh
You
my god! I had
died.
a feeling. I was like, he's gonna have a death experience now, especially with what he is. Thank
oh
you.
yeah, oh yeah, no. As soon as he said Jairus
time.
dies of blood loss, I'm just like, oh, I finally get to do a thing.
I'm like dropping my shit over here.
The funny thing is, you were killed by a member of the party. Oh, of course, you don't even remember
And
the
he
party.
let himself, but he let himself.
He was just totally like, yeah, I got this, and I'm just sitting here like, this is a terrible
is-
idea, but he dies of blood
Dyrus
loss.
is he's
got
high
balls.
risk, high reward. He likes
Yep.
this.
And hey, to be fair, technically speaking, high reward, but we'll see how high. So, Gyrus, you know, if you feel your blood just coming out of you, and it gets colder. Kind of just stare at the ceiling for a bit, and then vision starts getting fuzzy and goes dark. You feel weightless. You trust. Your mind's
Does it
getting a little
feel-
soggy. It's like what?
Does it feel kind of calm?
It's calm, especially since you are forcibly keeping yourself composed, keep yourself from straining and making your owl run around and whatnot. Then you feel a little kind of like slowly look around, like what? You see your owl just kind of land on your chest. You're like, oh, why did I bring him here? What? You see it dig its talons into your chest, but it doesn't hurt. And just opens its wings, and as it does so, you see like this pulse seem to come from its heart, or from its chest at least. You're not sure if it has a heart per se, but as this pulse ripples through it, the wings go wider and wider and wider until it's a big bird now. It has you just wrapped in its talons, and you're just kind of hanging there limply for a second as just you realize that you're probably not in the castle anymore. You like try and look down, but you're only really able to see the underbelly of the bird, and you're just like, okay, this is fine. You're not sure how long you're flying like this, but it's peaceful. It's quiet even. It's not a bad feeling at all. You could kind of get used to something like this. Then all of a sudden, you feel yourself drifting. You look down at your chest, and the talons are no longer there. You kind of like look up, and you're like trying to look around and see, and you put your you do like when you're getting out of bed, and you put your hand on the bed to push yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
You do that, and you feel something soft underneath your hand. You push yourself up, and you are now in a seated position.
Is there anything around?
Looking around, trying to see what all's around you. Take a moment. Take a breath. You shift again, and as you push yourself up, trying to see a little better, trying to get a better visual, because everything's dark for a second, but as you push yourself up, you blink, and there's stone. You blink again, and there's more objects that seem to almost be appearing as you blink again, and there's a very, very casually cut chair and a very plain wooden table with a woman seated at it.
Ooh.
Try and get a sense of her features, trying to see who this is, but everything's fuzzy. She has wonderfully light hair. She looks kindly. You get like that grandma feel. Like this is the woman who is going to take care of you kind of feel.
Okay.
Child, you've made some very interesting decisions now, haven't you?
Am I able to recall what's his face said about the stuff earlier?
He said that he had everything under control.
No, not Rangan. I mean Set,
Oh,
the dude. Since we just talked about like afterlife shit with Azamar.
probably. I'd say that you'd be able to pull it up. Yeah, it'll kind
Okay.
of put two to two together.
Yeah.
Have a seat.
He does.
Were you really so eager to see me that you'd had to go through all that? Really now?
He kind of smiles. It's kind of a more of a good-natured kind of smile, kind of like a, what do you call it? Like
Jovial, just like a ha 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 ha. Yeah.
just kind of like when you're like caught and you're like
Oops.
parent, yeah, and you're like friend or parents like, oh you, and it's like hoo hoo. It's like that.
It's like the OU and the who me dog. You're just doing the who me and she's giving you the OU face. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, pretty much like that.
Yeah. She motions to the chair again. Have a
And
seat.
he'll go ahead and sit down.
That's a good lad. You're not staying here, you know. Did you know that?
I was hoping.
Your little friend there is a little too clever for his own good. He's gonna bring you right back. Granted, he's given me enough time to slip in before he could finish to actually get a word in with you, if you don't mind.
Not at all.
I always figured you to be a smart lad. Glad to know that I wasn't wrong. So tell me, why did you leave him like that? It's been a question that's been running around my mind, and I haven't actually found a answer that I find myself to be suitable.
His expression definitely drops.
If you don't know exactly why, I do understand, and if it's a hard thing to talk about, we don't have to, but I did want to know if you had a reason that you wanted to say. I've had to fight tooth and nail to make sure some people didn't try and throw shade on you. There were some who were thinking that you were going to fall something fierce. You haven't shown any signs of it thus far, but it's taken some convincing to make sure that you didn't just get yourself cut off from me.
It really only takes that much.
Well, what you did was, well, understandable enough. But how much happened after and what happened with you, there was some concern. It's not a matter of how much it is, so much as the fact that it did happen and you left him there. You left him as, well, quite honestly, I don't believe anyone really should blame you for it, but that's my personal opinion. I am allowed to have those from time to time. But it must have been hard on you.
His demeanor is slowly changing. It's not as lighthearted as before, for sure. He's not smiling.
As you're doing that, you see her slowly just like nodding, just like, there's the real you coming out little by little. The lad who's got a little bit of fear behind those eyes. Keeps a smile so everyone focuses on them pearly whites and not the eyes that are trying to keep just closed enough to keep people from noticing that every now and then you're looking around, trying to make sure that you're not noticed. But I noticed, child. I see what you're doing.
Why don't you speak out to me more often?
She leans forward over the table and she gently puts a hand on yours.
He is making a little bit of a face. He is actually a little mad.
Mm-hmm. Her hand on yours is very warm, and you can feel that she's like gripping it in that way that's like being comforting, but also maybe a little bit frustrated herself.
He's he probably flinches a little at her touch, but
She doesn't pull back.
She does?
She does not.
Or-
She
okay,
keeps
yeah,
she keeps holding his hand.
He flinches, but he doesn't pull back.
The various gods that we have to work for don't tend to be the most lenient with our time. They tend to be pretty strict about it. Only reason I'm able to do this right now is because you died. Anything else and they would have been trying to tell me to keep myself from interfering with you, trying to poke and prod you and make you do one thing or another. They would think that I'm trying to mold you into something. That's not the purpose of your life, though. Your life is to live it how you see fit, not how gods or devils or anyone else. I can give you options that might help benefit you, but if I do that, isn't that just doing the same thing? Trying to take you by the hand and tell you where I think you should go?
Why are the gods so invested in our lives?
The creation of a soul like yours is very, very hard to do. Take a little bit of starlight. You take the joy that you can find in the earth where I'd say smiles on people, and you gotta rub it together just right between two people who love each other very much, so you can get that soul to give that beautiful glow. Doesn't happen very easy, not like it used to. And even when it used to, it was a hard thing. So imagine trying to make something so beautiful, and then watching as it gets a little bit broken, a little bit dirty, a little bit messed up by other people who don't respect it.
He is still pretty kind of mildly upset. So you put this much effort into making us, and then you throw us to the wind, see where we land?
Oh, child, we don't throw you. That'd be truly barbaric. No. We place you in a place that we hope will give you all that you need. Admittedly, she looks kind of down at her hand, and she slowly kind of pulls it back.
He's probably shaking a little bit.
When I picked them, I thought they'd be better. They were better.
Them? How were they better before?
They were bright-eyed youths, filled with happiness and vision. Then they got greed in their hearts. They let themselves get dragged down and down until finally they've become people I couldn't even recognize from before you were born. It wasn't your birth that caused it. Doing so would be blaming a child who had nothing to do with this. No, they chose to do this themselves. only reason why their house still rests above their head is because the laws of the gods tell me I'm not allowed to interfere or I myself will fall. But needless to say, it is better that you see their faults and their wrongdoings towards yourself to know what not to do. Not to say that I like it, or that I think that it's better. But we gotta make do with the situations put in front of us. Would you agree?
His expression hasn't changed much. He did pull his hand back.
Hmm.
You say that we're supposed to live our lives as we see fit, but we're also supposed to not do certain things?
Of course. The things that are taught to every child. Be good to other people. Obviously, if someone throws a punch at you, you don't have to take that lying down, but if you can find a way to preserve yourself without causing a scene with the dangers of the world, that's completely up to you. If you feel that it is better to take a stand and push yourself up and fight them back, fight them. No god or man I know would say otherwise, except for those who are trying to get your mind all twisted up backwards.
So, we're free to do what we like, but when we die is when we get punished for what we choose.
No. You're thinking of this a little too... I think I see what the issue is. Fallen means that you've done something that is recognizably bad between both gods and men. There are a few things that can do that, but some of them are more recognizable than others. You are not punished for what you've done. You may be judged once you've passed on, having to account for what you chose to do and what you chose to avoid. But that doesn't mean that what happens afterward is necessarily a punishment. Not in the sense of being, how do I put this? Not everything will be ill towards you. Whether that punishment is being punished with good things, I mean, that doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense to some people, but essentially just means that you did good things and the only reward you should get from that is good things. Yes?
So you're saying consequences.
Yes. You have actions, and there are consequences to those actions. Whether they are good actions or bad actions are actions that you have chosen to take. And therefore, what you choose will be the reward you receive.
Then I suppose even in the afterlife we're not free.
You are free. You are free now. It's just that freedom is the freedom to choose. That does not mean that you have freedom to avoid consequences of things happening after you've made a choice. A choice will have a reaction regardless of how much you wish otherwise. For good or ill, there will always be something that must come of it.
He slowly sighs and kind of closes his eyes for a second to kind of, I guess, calm down.
I understand it doesn't always make the most sense to people, but it's the truth. But Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to answer too many more questions. It seems your friend has got the lightning going, and you're going to be waking up in a second. Don't be too scared. He really does mean well. He's just making sure that he can keep you safe in the future. Alright?
He kind of nods.
He's got
Perhaps-
a good heart to him and such, but I can certainly try to see if I can sneak in a few extra talks to you if I am able to without my boss trying to get in the way. But if I do, just remember, there are consequences to my actions as well.
He kind of slowly pulls back his smiling, normal demeanor again. And he's like, that may be nice. It would be nice to not have to die again to get your attention.
Oh, trust me, I don't ever have my eyes too far away from you, child. I love seeing your work, and I always hope that you make good choices. Now, you be good here. As she says that, you all of a sudden feel a sudden pain in your chest, a sudden jolt, and you wake up, and you're seeing Rengen's face as you're like, ah, that's what she meant by the lightning.
Should we?
Now we're
back
heading back,
then?
yeah. I'll drag you back.
Welcome.
We were-
So Taru, apparently Cassie's a MILF now, according to
Oh,
Oz.
shut the stop it. It's a joke.
This is what I return to. I'm not upset with this, but at the same time.
Let's get back into this intense moment.
Yes.
Right.
Oh dear.
Alright, so yeah. Rengen immediately picks you up. He's picking you up. He heals you.
When you say I am frightened,
The frightened
does
condition.
Frightened condition.
Does this mean I'm trying to get away from him or fight him or something?
No.
No, it
no,
just
no.
means that you're, however you want to react to being frightened is.
You are.
How would
afraid.
Jarvis react if he was
Also,
scared
just
of
so
him?
you know, you have one level of exhaustion.
Yes.
Okay, do one little exhaustion. Let me put that up. Do I remember those last words, Don?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Then he
You alright? He's smacking the side of the face.
shaking
Shit.
and stuff. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
but-
Also, Oz with the 19, yes, you do hear the sudden cackling type of sound.
He gets done laughing. He goes, "Alright, you alright? You can speak. Come on." Then he's tapped on the side of the face.
He,
And as he taps you, he'll heal you again. Actually.
he's still shaking. He's
Yeah.
not moving exactly. Other than that, he's kind of frozen there, I guess.
Oh, you get healed for 21 health points in general.
He's still frozen because he's in
Yeah.
shock.
Alright.
Wait, how many health points you said?
21 total.
I think you're at
So you're
max.
22.
Yeah, 22 then.
Alright,
Um,
Doris. Don't say shit to the party. I know they're about to storm the castle. Don't say shit to them. If you do, I'll have some words about some of the spells you can cast.
You really could have told me you were going to kill me first.
You would have backed down. I feel like I didn't want to.
You don't seem to know me very well, do you?
More like I felt like you would have maybe worked up some paperwork.
Paperwork. I would have just liked to have been taught through the steps.
by
I do
the
expect
way,
an explanation.
you will eventually. Not now. Let's start heading back up if you can. You
Uh,
first.
Nieves, I
And
need-
there's, by the way,
oh,
put
yeah.
50 gold pieces on your person.
Okay.
Also, Oz.
I came back to Butters laughing. What just happened? Holy shit.
I just remembered what you're about to make her do.
What?
I'm aware.
Wait, what?
Is Oz running down the stairs as she said she would?
You mean Nieves?
Yes.
Jarvis is also kind of like trying to put his hair down and make him look presentable again.
Right.
I can't hear Guru talking. Hang on.
Oz.
Oh,
Okay. There you. What?
Oz,
You couldn't hear
Moses.
I got him. I got him.
Can you hear me?
Hey, what's up?
I
Yeah, I
said
got
that yes, you can. You were suddenly hearing this cackling laughter sound coming from downstairs somewhere.
Oh yeah, she's gonna go walk over to Cassie and like tug Cassie's sleeve. And like
Yeah.
something going on downstairs.
You want me to check it?
Yeah.
She kind of like sits up, and for like 3 seconds, she might have fallen back to sleep, honestly. Before
It sounded
she...
really bad.
I'll go check.
Scary.
Just stay here, okay?
Oh god, tired Cassie going down the stairs? Okay.
Oh boy.
I'll like rub my eyes so I'm fucking...
Like, you just hear tumbling for like 5 minutes. Just like,
Yep, just like following, but like very.
Okay, my dex is decent, so no, fuck off!
I mean,
Speaking of, I do need you to make a dex
You're
save.
tired.
Wait, NPR, you want to bite your words? Go.
Yeah, make a dex save, Paris.
Oh no.
For getting out of bed?
No.
No.
I haven't even
had
hit the stairs
repercussions.
yet!
No, it's when you
Oh,
hit, it's
okay.
after you've hit the stairs.
That's a 9.
I'm
As you're,
behind her. Would I be able to reach
you
out
need to
and
make a
steady?
dex save too.
Okay. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
Everyone's falling down the stairs.
I know what's going on. Okay.
All the stairs
Where's
are
it?
falling
Where's it?
down.
It is,
falling down.
15.
That's a fail.
Yep. So both of you, as you're going down the stairs, like you see Cassie suddenly slip, and at first you're thinking, "Wait, what's going on?" As there's apparently someone was a very messy eater because there's a lot of grease on these stairs.
We fall down the steps, don't we?
Yep.
So all you heard is, fuck, shit, god damn!
Roll 2d4.
So you
Oh.
guys, you guys remember when I said, "Hey Guru, look at your DMs" when I was
Yeah.
Oh,
walking
I do.
down?
I realized what you were doing. Putting something behind you.
I got 5.
5. Okay, so you guys take 5 points of bludgeoning damage from the stairs.
I got 6.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say 5 because it was.
Okay.
This is just theatrical damage. You're not gonna be keeping it because you guys are going to be healed once you
Or
guys
does
take a
somebody
long
with
rest.
better-
Funnily enough, if
No, Eric,
if Arthos went down, he would have
unconscious.
almost died.
Oh, I'm
my
fucking passed out.
God.
He's in 7 hit points.
Death by stairs.
So, excuse
Sound
me.
goes unconscious, keeps falling down, gets damaged.
Right? Where do we land?
At the bottom of the stairs.
Okay, so we're in it, and Gyrus.
You're not at that area yet. That's another set of stairs down.
Okay, so it's a different set of stairs. Okay.
I'm looking down.
You see
What's on the
Gyrus
fuck-
and coming upstairs with Rengen. Gyrus looks a little bit like worn out. Like he looks tired.
Is there blood on this man's clothes?
I mean,
That's actually a good
I mean,
question.
That's
If you
actually like
slice
what I
the
was
road
thinking. There's
artery-
blood on the
Before,
clothes.
before Rankin was stabbing me with shit, I'm sure did he make Gyrus take off his shirt and shit, or what?
Oh.
He put like he took the proper precaution. He is a fucking doctor. He has Ringen has gloves. He has a fucking backup apron and shit that I've bought.
Backup paper.
He has shit to make sure blood doesn't get everywhere.
but did it get onto Gyrus? Is what they're asking.
No, I mean I put the shit on Gyrus mainly.
He's saying he's
Okay.
got an apron on
Oh,
Gyrus, so there was
I
nothing
see
there.
what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, you're clean. I mean, granted, there's a little bit that was probably wiped off your neck. So there's,
Well, he wears a high collar anyway.
oh
so-
yeah, he wears a high collar and whatnot. That'll be fine. But we'll leave it at that for now.
What do I have to make a fucking perception check to see if something's off? Shit.
Yeah, I'm making that perception check to see if there's something more.
I was asking if that's what we do,
Yeah,
not
you
you
guys can do that.
I got a 12. My nose is
21?
fucking bleeding. I'm too busy.
21.
21.
Jairus has got a fancy little scar that you hadn't noticed before, but beyond that, it's Jairus. I mean, he just looks really tired.
It's she's gonna try to whisper to Cassie. I heard Rankin laughing really, really loud, and it was really scary. And Gyrus has a scar I didn't notice before when we were together.
Only
It's,
Cassie.
it's not something that that's something that Nieves notices, but Nieves doesn't know Jairus that well, so it may just be
Yeah.
Yeah, it may just, but she's saying it anyway.
It would be a
because
weird
it's
fucking
Yeah,
thing
it's a
to
weird-
point out.
it's a
It would
weird
be?
thing to
It would
point
be
out.
extremely
Okay.
The
weird
way
thing to
you
point out.
worded it
That's
just
teetering
now
on
Yeah.
was
gaming.
the way you
weird,
just
Yeah, that's
the way you just voiced it now, which I can understand why I would confuse her, is, and I quote, Gyrus has a fancy little new scar now.
yeah.
Here's the
Yeah,
here's the
'cause,
thing.
I mean, you worded it prominently, so I thought it was like more prominent.
No, it's like one of those things like you haven't looked Jairus over that much. He's just, that weird guy that's, more Cassie's friend. But I mean, he's got a scar that you didn't notice. I mean, I guess that's cool. You hadn't really noticed it before. It's the only thing that you're really noticing standing out.
So if you
besides
really
this being
wanna-
tired.
If you really want to point it out, which I don't know if you could, it would probably be along the lines of, was that scar always there?
No, it would
Which
be
he-
more
once
along the
again-
lines
It'd be
of.
more like
Which, once again, the
Wow,
scar
that's-
it's
what's
a
this-
healed over
And
scar.
I'm pretty sure Nieves pays a lot of attention to the party members because she's their designated healer and she takes that job
The
very
scar
serious.
is the size of like half an inch, if that.
Okay.
Where
You
is
didn't
it,
word
by
it
the
like
way?
that. Okay.
Look,
Where
let me
is it?
describe the
Numbers.
scar. I'm just saying, let me describe the
No,
scar.
it's literally just a surgical little. Ship.
Yeah, because you gotta understand, he has a plus 11 medicine. He knows where to cut. So he legit just
Okay.
pressed down.
Where
So
exactly
the
is
scar is like.
On your carotid artery.
It's across
He
your
wears
neck!
Yeah, no, it is only over the one artery.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Okay.
he wears a high collar anyway.
Yeah.
No one's gonna be.
So
seeing
it wouldn't
that.
be seeing it, yeah.
She,
Okay,
the only
then
reason
don't-
she saw it is because she got it over a 20.
Even that, she can't.
I don't think I could see through cloth.
Yeah.
Hold on, are you
Unless,
saying
like-
this like over the neck, or you say?
He's
I
saying
thought you
it
were
is
talking like a high
complete-
collar jacket.
He's saying it is completely wrapped around the neck,
Yeah.
like
Oh, in
like
which case,
Pinky
never mind.
Monk.
You didn't see shit.
Okay. Yeah, that was-
My apologies.
Yeah.
I thought you were
That's
talking about
fine.
like a high collar jacket, and I'm like, okay.
If you
Only
look at his
talking about
little
the- oh,
image thing
Yelp.
I doodled, he wears a high collar like shirt and everything.
Shirt.
so-
Okay, I
Well,
misunderstood. I thought you meant like a jacket, like
Shirt,
a trench
jacket,
coat looking
yeah.
thing.
Shirt jacket! Don't confuse
Okay.
it more! This is awkward!
Yeah,
Shorten it to the laughing because the laughing definitely did not like that.
yeah, no worries.
Okay.
I mean, there's a slight eyebrow raise, but again, my nose is currently bleeding, so she's less concerned with his laughter and more, why the fuck did you put grease on the fucking steps?
I'll cure wounds Cassie to see if I can
Why'd you follow us down here?
bleeding.
Because she said she had laughing and she was scared of it, so I wanted to figure out where the hell you were
laughed.
to tell you to keep it down so the rabbit doesn't freak the fuck out.
I laughed.
Darius
Shrugs.
kind of.
Why was there
Darius
grease
kinda
on the
chuckles.
stairs?
Darius chuckles and he's like, "It was a good
Because
joke."
I was curious to see who wouldn't be minding their own business.
Look, the next time you fucking madmen want to do something, at least do it in a soundproof room.
We were a few fucking stores down. If you would have,
And don't
you'd
trap
have to
the
keep
stairs.
keeping an ear out to fucking hear us.
She points to the large rabbit ears.
Mind your own
The
damn
ears
business
wiggle.
then.
That's why I said soundproof.
Oh, I apologize. Do you know a fucking soundproof room in this place?
Outside.
You want us to go outside in the middle of the night with dangerous creatures?
She's the one who's able to poof away.
No, that's the brother.
Oh, well, fuck.
You forget how much those creatures like me, Cassie.
You do have... I don't know why either. You don't have a lot of meat on you.
He just kind of shrugs. I do apologize if we woke you two up, though.
She woke me up. I'm more pissed that I fell down
Why
She
did you
looks
put the
back over her
weapon to the
shoulder.
Stairs.
9 flights of steps.
You didn't
Why'd you
fall
do
down 9
that?
flights of steps. You just fell down a flight of steps.
Yeah, I have like.
So they were only a story down there.
Yeah.
they were-
No,
Well,
you
two-
got
stairs.
basically stopped. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you hit the end of it, and then you had to go down another flight of steps.
I think I'm misunderstanding how this thing is. Wait, no, never mind. I think I get it.
There you go.
Alright. Now, let's go back upstairs, please.
I'm gonna go behind you just on the off chance that I slip again. So that at least I
It's
know
going
where.
well now.
Is it?
Yes.
Go first, Rankin.
Alright. We'll
He's-
walk back upstairs.
Cassie's just like up, like in the very back of the group, still fucking checking her nose to make sure it's not fully busted.
I was
It's
gonna.
not.
She was gonna try to cure wounds to stop the bleeding, if that's like
Yeah,
a thing.
that's a thing that you could do.
Okay, she would have done that.
Guru, when I get back up there, I'm gonna quote unquote take a watch.
Okay.
I'm just gonna work on the thing I said I wanted to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Tinker stools.
Tinker stools.
Up
Okay.
the stairs, Gyres would probably just be making
Cassie
should-
will kind of like.
just stuff like, "Oh, did we wake you up?" and that kind of thing.
Cassie will kind of tug Jara's back a steps.
Ooh.
Doing really a lot of weird shit going on. I'm glad you found a friend, but just watch yourself. Remember the last time that you made friends with someone we didn't know?
He kind of smiles, He's like,
Yeah, your smile doesn't alleviate my fears anymore.
I'm sorry, Cassie. You know I can get excited sometimes.
Just don't fucking die.
Of course.
She'll head up the stairs. Yes, by the way, I understand the irony.
Of course.
Gyrus is just like, fool.
Cool.
Oh, you want to go back down them steps? Okay.
Long live the king.
Fool, you should be the one that should be worrying.
Oh, I'm just half expecting Gyrus to stab Cassie in the back at some point. I'm waiting on the dagger.
So much faith.
None at all, because I don't trust Taru. That's why.
That's
But you
a
love
very fair
Taru.
point.
Yeah,
Love
love does not equal trust.
I didn't say it did, but
Guru, that grease is gone by now, right?
it's gone
They
by now. Yes.
they honestly probably caught the tail end of it.
Oh yeah, only the tail end of it. Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm fucking exhausted and probably go to fucking sleep, man.
Nighty
can I
night,
tell
crazy guy.
Can I tell he's fucking tired, actually?
Yes, it is noticeable.
I'll fucking pick him up, fuck it.
Pick him up.
Princess
What?
Carrie.
He goes to
He
bed.
goes, Princess
Cassie
Carrie's me?
picks her.
You're damn right, you weigh like 120 pounds wet.
He is definitely kind of surprised and also like, Cassie, you don't have to.
You look exhausted, shut the fuck up and enjoy the ride.
I mean, he's kind of looking around, a little like frazzled.
This isn't the
Right.
first time I've carried you.
Oh no, but
What, are you embarrassed? She's smirking.
I was just thinking, even if I'm light, I'm much taller.
Oh, so you worried your head will scrape the walls? Don't worry, you can just bend forward a bit.
He's like, yeah, better, very comfortable with this.
You'll be fine, you're tired, just accept the help for once.
All right.
For once.
Oz, just so you know, I'm gonna throw you this since I was a little mean earlier. Ringen's hand is shaking and he's actually fucking smiling for once.
That's fucking
Faintly. Faintly. No, it's like
He's
corner
smiling.
smirk. He has a corner smirk. You've known him for a small bit longer than the rest of the people. He doesn't smile. He doesn't. Ringen doesn't smile.
I just imagine Nieves notices
Um,
that and just like moves behind Cassie like,
Oh no, she was behind Cassie for that entire time,
It's-
looking out to like glance between them as they argued, like a cat watching a tennis match on the television.
Yes, good.
The smile isn't like, oh god, he's smiling. It's just
Yeah.
slight quirk to the mouth.
It's like
Just a little bit.
Yeah, and
First.
the hand, yes, oddly shaking.
oh my.
I'm not shaking anymore, am I?
that's up to
Hey,
you.
fuck yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was gonna
good,
say-
so I can
Well,
feel
not shaking.
that.
That's what I
You're
mean.
not
then
shaking, but you're you're still technically scared of Ringen.
For how long is
Okay.
it again?
A minute.
Oh yeah, the minute's over by then.
The minute would long be over. Like, the minute ended
Yeah.
before y'all came up the stairs, probably. I love how I love how this is like the first time that she picked him up and carried him that he's complained about it.
Well, I'm imagining that she hasn't done that since they were at least smaller.
Dude, she's been carrying him and picking him up and putting him on Lux like the last.
Well, that's not for like extended periods of time.
I'm going up a couple flight of steps. It's like 3 minutes at best.
That's a while.
Ringen is stumped after that guru. Ringen jots down a few things in his book and sleeps. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
tell him if that worked. Aces. If it didn't,
Aces.
it's not a very complex thing. It's just
DM it to
Well,
me
that-
exactly what it was again, so I can make sure that it's, if it is a complex thing, that I give it the proper shenanigans.
it's right there. Give me a second. I'll just resend it.
I'm guessing when we get back up, I'm just gonna take out. So
Oh, she dropped.
Like
That's
sack
okay.
of potatoes.
he's gonna fucking sleep, man. He doesn't mind.
All right. And so finally, everyone is able to get some sleep. Everyone's able to get their rest, get their time to relax, and eventually dawn will come. And you're not all awoken, but whoever, wants to be or feels that their characters would more likely be affected by the sound of a clopping on the stone tiles and such to awaken them.
Guru, did the thing get made, by the way, or no?
I'm checking.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm curious.
Same.
Ringen is too. Ringen's
Cooking
sporadic
his,
fuck.
I'm
Cooking his
pass the
rations.
fuck out.
Giant
Oh.
on her cover.
Awesome,
Yes,
then you'll get
dude,
woken up the
sleep.
hard way.
Gyrus out here like a Suicide's Boy lyric. Fucking, what is it? Fuck, it's drugs got me. Drugs got me fucked up. Girls got me drugged up. Just, he's out here.
16 would have been able to do that.
Alright, yeah.
No.
And you know what it's attached to, right?
Yeah, I know it's attached to. No bell.
Okay. Huh?
No bell sound throughout the night.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he said no bail, and I'm like,
No bell.
Christian?
no! We ain't going American Horror Story.
Yeehaw.
Or American Psycho, excuse me.
I mean, if you think about it, Ringen's just a mix of fucking that one more horror movie that I can't remember, fucking American Horror Story, and fucking Dr. Frank Reanimator, American Horror Story, not American Horror Story, it was a fucking American Psycho and Frankenstein.
Mm.
With the shit he's doing.
Go ahead,
Yeah, that's
NPR.
about right.
Yeah, Earthos will have more of his rations.
Cool.
I want breakfast.
The unicorn is awake. It's
Awesome.
looking over.
Get your own.
Wait, who over?
Everyone.
Oh, thank God. I thought you meant I woke up to a fucking horse muzzle. I'm like,
Horse.
Decides to look at you directly in your eyes as you awake.
Just-
It's looking at everyone. It doesn't
Cassie's
the horse.
asleep. Unicorn gets really close.
I like the way your hair smells. What kind of shampoo do you use?
No, Guru, get real close. I like the way you work it. Just real close to her
Oh
ear.
my god. Just like,
how bad of a sin is it to stab a unicorn on reflex?
On reflex, could still be pretty bad.
I meant to punch the teeth.
Where's the horse in proximity to me?
Yeah, it's giving you all distance. It's just awake.
I want to pet the horse.
It's a fucking.
Get out
It's the.
of the-
It's the unicorn.
Yeah.
I don't
horse.
think Nevis cares.
The horse.
He's gonna get out of the cot and try to pet the horse.
Okay. It'll definitely give you an odd look, but it will let you pet it.
Pet the horse.
Rolls over and looks at the Cassie just rolls over and watches. It's like, what?
It looks at you like,
Sure.
I have no idea. That's what his expression is to you, just like, I don't know. You tell me.
Evis
She
remembers
just
the horse can talk and says, "Good morning."
Morning.
Alright,
Got
and he
the-
slaps Halcyon in the back of the head to wake him up.
Oh my
There's no
god.
fucking way that guy's awake.
How dead to the world does Jarus look right now?
Oh, he's major dead.
So, okay, how close are the cots?
I mean, there's a little bit of distance between them.
Who is the not cot, fucking hammock? Whose
Oh.
hammock is right next to Jarus? Cause
If you
this does
put
matter.
him
Wait.
down, you could have been next to him.
wait, who has? Wait,
I'm asking because if Earthos is close enough, he'll just hear, just like old times, and she'll sit on Jarus to wake him up.
In a hammock?
Ass wake.
Yep.
Ass wake.
oh, you have
In
a
a
hammock.
hammock? You're gonna fall the
You're
fuck
all in-
over. We
you're-
both
You want to bet?
We're all in hammocks.
Yes, that's what
Oh.
you've been sleeping in.
This is a magic hammock. This shit ain't gonna
Oh.
break under the weight.
not
You hear
breaking.
a
I,
creak.
I don't feel special anymore. I literally got my hammock from a dungeon. I was thinking like, oh, you're so special with this hammock. Everyone else is sleeping in like tents or in sleeping bags or something. Like, no,
Well, this is
no, everyone has
temporary as
hammocks.
far as we
Also, Charu, you know the bullshit things that like a fucking like the sibling quote unquote will do, where you just like lay across the other one. Imagine
Yes.
that just in a swinging hammock.
But in a hammock, hammocks turn over really easily.
Make
Like,
a strength save.
Which one?
I
You.
was
Alright,
gonna say,
let's do
I'll
this.
immediately fail. So
Yeah.
by default.
What'd you roll?
22.
You managed to hold it in such a way that you're basically super casual about this, as you're totally just laying on him and being like, "Yep, this is you know."
I mean, I'm hoping he'll wake up at 160 pounds sitting on him, because if he don't,
I literally
I'm
just
sure.
imagine. Like,
Jarvis, what?
I just
Sweet.
imagine Gyrus is like. Cassie.
Cassie, that's my chest.
He'll be fine.
Yep.
He'll be fine.
He's definitely gonna wake up from that, and he's gonna be coughing a little.
Morning.
Mm. It just mumbles.
I like how there's just a faint. Is it really? To that.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's just gonna.
When you open
Stay
your eyes,
there.
I'll get off.
He's opening them all right. He's looking at you.
She'll stand up
Um.
and then help him up
Earthos.
because he might be crushed.
Earthos. You hear Earthos laugh from across the room. And he will basically call over and say, "Hey Gyrus, you want me to cook you some rations?"
Is food not made? And he looks around.
I love the idea that
Was
Jarvis is
Manny-
like his breakfast
Good
not
morning.
ready.
Still in the area?
Am I not being served?
He's half dazed, and this is a treatment he's kind of used to.
That's fair
Fine.
enough. Yeah, that's fair enough. No, we're not in the palace anymore.
No, you're,
Right.
You're still in the palace. Yes, you're still in that room where the
Not
unicorn
our palace,
is.
though.
Not your palace.
Guru. Guru.
He's being
We're
a
in a tower.
Oh. My
We're not
apologies,
in
I didn't
the
catch that word,
palace.
He's basically being an asshole saying, "No, your majesty, breakfast ain't ready."
That makes more sense. Thank you.
No, I mean, he was literally saying, "We're not in the palace." Like,
Yeah.
we don't have no
Right.
servants.
Right. Right.
Somewhat spoiled than I am, and I'm actually royalty.
So, you want any?
Oh, yes, that would be. Thank you. He's still kind of out of it. He still looks a little tired, like he actually
will-
didn't get enough sleep.
He will grab one of Gyrus's rations and cook it.
I'm guessing I still have that 1 point of exhaustion, right?
No.
No.
The
No?
long rest does take care of that.
Oh, okay. Never
But
mind.
you're just a little groggy, waking up, just like.
Still
kill
groggy.
me.
Grog.
Then I talk to the horse. Then I'm gonna tell the horse. We got your horn.
I sensed it.
I forget who has
So what in the hell does it do?
Doesn't Reagan have it?
Yeah, he does.
it. Play a song.
Not one that I would believe most of you would be able to, although perhaps you might. Looks directly at you. Perhaps.
It's fucking. It can cast a spell. Druid or cleric one, I believe. What is it? Druid's.
Oh.
Yes, you're
Well,
quite correct.
what you need this for?
There's been a few things that need to be done. There will be a few people who'll be coming here eventually, if word finally gets out to them. They're a little bit dense, I suppose. Having to put a few roadblocks directly in the path to make sure they actually get here is going to be just exhausting. One of those things that you have to deal with, if you catch my drift.
Who are they?
friends. I don't know their names or their purpose yet, but I was told to have them brought here to ensure that all things are taken care of and all is said and done, but beyond that,
Is it-
I am only told so much.
Cassie.
And
What?
now the most bearing question: what should we get?
Wait. What was she saying?
Travis was asking if the unicorn if the friends the unicorn was talking about was just Cassie. Or
Oh.
No, I didn't call for Cassie to speak with Cassie myself. Cassie being here to help perform this was certainly a great boon, and I
Do you
thank
mean
you.
perform getting it or perform with the horn? Because I can tell you right now, I don't know how to play an instrument.
In getting it, lovely. The person
Okay.
who is coming will be the one who will get it and be able to play it. You have done all you need to.
Are you talking about the man that we met, or is someone else approaching now?
What man?
Oh, good, thank God, it's set. I can't handle any more people who have some sort of celestial intervention. I have enough on my brain with that as is, without more being added to the mix. Where is Set, speaking of?
He's still kind of sitting near the opening. He's awake. Kind of looks back to you like,
Get over here, we need this horn used.
Are you expecting me to be able to play it?
Isn't it you? Just said it was the man that we've already approached, which was you.
No, he didn't say the one you already approached. He said that it was one that he's having approached by other people, or
Wait a-
maybe unicorns.
Wait a minute. Also, it's not theirs yet.
What?
I mean, we're gonna get what we want up front. Well, I'm not giving it and then getting what I want. If that makes sense.
And what was it that you were wanting?
The exact location of the Golden Village not too far from here. Thus mine. Everybody else has a different motive. So
Of course.
we should go through that first.
Of course. You see the unicorn take a moment, like nodding their head, kind of like bobbing it from side to side thoughtfully. Alright. That's not an incredibly difficult thing to answer. Just one that has a bit of juggling to it.
If you need the name of the village, I can assist you on that.
The name isn't the part that would have the issue there. It's the fact that the village that you are asking in regards to is no longer having people there.
Oh, I'm fucking aware of that.
Okay, good. As long as you're aware of that, then all things are well for that.
I plan on it being ruins, but you can still find some decent things in some ruins.
Of course. If you're just looking to know where the ruins are, if you head
He takes out a book.
like you see it like humming, then it's just like, do you have a compass?
Or I can make one. And you, is there like a leaf near on a fucking tree?
There's plenty of leaves around, yeah.
Are they huge leaves, though?
He can has one that's not incredibly
I'll take a
huge.
small leaf and I'll take a twig, and I'll place the twig on the leaf.
Mhm.
That's a working. If I find a water source.
Of course.
Fun fact: that actually is a working compass if you find a water source.
That is
Cassie will
in fact
hand out her
what
water skin in a cup. That'll work.
It'll give you water.
Well, yes. Or would
That's
rather just wait until we get to the bottom.
At the very least, will give me something I can work with to help you out with this. Motions to it, like, go on.
Alright. You'll do whatever the fuck.
When you show it to it, it uses its horn to kind of just point and kind of tap on the side. Head due east. You've missed it by a little ways. And a little bit to the north. He basically taps it on the side so you know, compass-wise, heading north, exactly kind of what kind of degrees it is from the tree that it wouldn't take to get there.
Alright.
I specify from the tree just because that is what he is inferring is the base of it. Just so
Now-
you're not too far off.
Yeah. Now, what do they do? Whatever the fuck they want.
Yes. What was your questions you wish to ask of me?
Who was that aimed at?
Everyone.
Ah! I'll let someone else go.
I imagine everyone's just like, wait, looking at each other just
Jarvis is
me?
still half crushed and tired, so.
Oh, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's why he's not talking right away.
Yep.
Drama queen.
He has questions, but he's
He also wants food.
resting a little. Yeah, he rested first. No one else has questions for him?
Mouse is going to leap up at this.
Out
She'll.
of character, I'm thinking.
I'll walk up to him and pull out that book. How much do you know about the city?
This city?
Well, more of its history.
I can certainly try and tell you as much as I am knowledgeable of.
She'll find something from either now. So if I just stop, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
She'll pull out that book of her family that she has.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you know about this family? And she'll show. Well, I'm honestly assuming that the family crest is on the front of the book.
It is. I kind of looks at it, just like, good people, from what I recall of them. A little bit ambitious, but what people weren't. I don't recall anything incredibly terrible about them. Then again, I spent most of my time here afterwards. Well, to be fair, I was not here for most of anyone being here. I had other duties to attend to and such.
So nothing. Actually.
Nothing
You're like-
specific. I do recall one thing I believe would make you potentially perk up in here. The Age of Light's End, beginning of the Age of War. There was obviously this place was destroyed, and I recall that there was actually several groups that left. They scattered a bit, and in doing so, many people were missing or were lost. But a good number of them chose to follow after a member of your people, your, I suppose, clan might be a good way of putting it. And in doing so, they kind of like does like a look up, kind of like trying to find the right words before settling on. Didn't end up tribal or lost. I mean no offense. Yeah, like when it says that, it looks to Venroar and says, "I mean no offense to your people. They're simply not the people who they once were."
You know it's still an insult even if you say no offense, bro.
Some
She
people
kind of nods towards ringing, like.
some people find being called tribal to be an insult. Others find it to be a way of life. I make no assumptions, and I can apologize for if it makes a person feel that way. I cannot stop it from making them feel that way. It is a simple facts of life.
Power then.
Hmm? Say again?
It explains how we came to power, because we weren't who ruled this place.
Oh no, they were high royalty, yes, but they were not king and queen.
Exactly. Which is what was confusing me. But
Oh yes, the king and queen. Oh yeah, they
you cut out! No!
did I? Sorry. Yeah, the unicorns are just like, yeah, king and queen. That shame about that. Yes.
I'm going to guess that if I ask, you're going to say I only get one question.
It's the rules.
Alright.
Next person's question.
What were my people like?
During what time?
What are my options?
The Age of Light, and the Age of War. Perhaps even before, if you wish to ask so far back.
What you are referencing as you answered Cassie's question?
Ah, the Age of Light. Your people were... well... there's a saying, phrase that we used to go about. The Furbolg are truly amongst the greatest world crafters. They knew all the secret little tricks on how to get various druidic items and powers to function in a way that actually worked rather than made a person look the fool. I heard they made some of the finest vine towers.
World crafters, you said?
World crafters, yes. Not all were of this nature. To say that would be to discredit those who were amongst the guardsmen, who were amongst the various institutions that they may have come from. I would be remiss to do so, and I will not do so.
Out of character, could you just repeat that? I apologize. My cat walked over the computer and reloaded the entire page.
Oh,
So I
Christ!
missed a good chunk of that as I was
Damn.
trying to fix everything.
They said that to say that they were only world crafters and to say that they were only, people who were like druids and such as that would be to just be ignoring a good chunk of them, and it would be remiss to just to ignore the fact that you have a cultural history that basically says that your people were pretty cool people and did some cool shit.
Out of character, would this coincide with what I know about my people?
The name Worldcrafter doesn't mean anything to you. You have known that your people had a strong connection to nature, so that doesn't really like stand out as a, oh wow, this is new information. But at the same time, it's like, okay, but what does that really mean? They were good people, and they were bad of them as well. There's never an end to either side of that, but those who have moved about as you have seem to have fallen more on a positive note than a negative, last I heard at least. Although I do know that one of your cousin tribes has been more of a ruckus than the others, but perhaps that's simply looking too deep into things that aren't there.
Alright, just making sure I get all that down. So, he's saying that there's basically good and bad eggs ever since my people fell?
No, he's saying that as with any tribe and people, there were good and bad people just like anyone else. They weren't perfect. But that, the ones of your tribe have seemed to have been, pretty good. They seem to be good people. But there has been another group of Furbolgs that's been starting to cause trouble. He does not sure if it's like old family or what, but there are Furbolgs out there who are causing trouble.
Thank you.
Gives a little
You
nod.
have given me much to think about.
I do my best to assist, and I am glad that I have. Okay. Next. Yes.
Okay, yeah, where do bad people go when they die?
Oh, no.
Is there a...
The hells do exist for people such as that. For some, they go into the abysses. There are very specific conditions for going into either. And in some cases, it is a case that they have chosen to go there.
Am I allowed to ask if you know where I'm going?
No. It's not... let me rephrase that. You may ask. You've yet to live out your life to its fullest. If you were to die tomorrow, I am not your judge. What I can tell you is that if you continue to live your life as well as you can, you will find where you will end up eventually.
Okay. Thank you.
It nods. So that leaves you two then.
Gyrus is... I'm still trying to kind of think about what... He's been getting a lot of information lately.
Oh yeah.
I'm about to roll a d2 and see who I push forward.
Have any questions that you wanted answered?
Cassie pushes Gyrus forward. I rolled a d2! What was Gyrus? 2 was those?
He stumbled a little bit because he wasn't expecting it, but
No, he was not.
right. Could you explain what the light touched are?
What do you mean?
Do you not know what light touched are?
I'm aware, but some people like to try and place that title upon more than one thing. It tends to be a historical problem for some like myself who are just wanting to remember one person and one people for their deeds and actions, and then there's those people out there who use the same name, and you understand, right?
He nods. I mean, specifically, your friend Set. He calls himself a light touch. What is he, and what is the difference between him and Azmar?
You see Set look at him just like with this look of just like
He can give him answers. So
oh yeah, no. Set's looking at you like he's a fucking genius. And the unicorn just kind of looks back at Set, just like kind of gives like a shrug, just like, I mean, I did promise. And he kind of looks at you just like, how much were you wanting to know about? You just wanted to know what he is? To make sure
If
I'm
he's
understanding?
asking this question, he wants to know
Everything is not what I can give. I can give specific details and specific bits of information.
he thinks about it for a second because he obviously wants to know everything.
Obviously.
Cassie just looks at him like, I tried.
Would my question give more information?
Depending on what you wanted to ask.
I mean, if I spent my question, whatever, towards whatever Jairus was asking.
I think he's asking if he can trade in his question so Jairus may have two, technically speaking.
Yeah.
I will say no. You have your own life and thoughts and choices to make.
And my choice is to give him another question.
Erthos, you really don't have to do that.
He's made up his mind. Don't try and stop him.
This is a very rare opportunity.
One that
Oh,
you should
first
not
side.
just simply ignore. I mean, if you wish to ignore it, that is completely on you. No one can stop you.
There just isn't anything in particular I'd want to ask of you.
Jairus will turn back to the unicorn.
Two questions then.
Jairus almost looks uncomfortable, I guess,
Mhm.
with this. But he'll turn back to the unicorn and ask, I guess, and he'll be like, "Well, firstly, could you explain to me what historically what they've been? Have they been nobles? Are they the origin of what Azamars used to be? Or are they just simply?"
Oh no, they're celestials.
He kind of nods. Well, my question was, what have they done historically? Impact on our history.
They have been often not often, they are often the guides of Azamar.
Something clicks in his head. Oh.
Wait, so light touch are technically the guides of Azamar, so why are we called that as well?
Because you are light touched as well. Both Azamar and Guide are called light touched.
Oh man, this just gives him 50 more questions to ask.
This is the pain with Gyrus in like a single question unicorn. That's the
I
problem.
mean, you get to ask
He
double
did
the
ask.
questions.
He did ask
so-
double the questions.
He did. What
Oh,
are the
you
light
already
touch?
did.
What are they? What are they historically?
Who is your daddy, and what does
Well,
he do?
that was. Oh, okay.
I
He
guess that
answered
was
vague
That was
as
pretty
fuck.
short.
It was just short
Jesus
answers.
Christ.
Yeah, it was
It's like the
very
genie.
short.
It's like the genie. You have to be really specific because if you give him a basic, basic description, he's gonna give you a basic bitch response.
Oh my god. Okay. Ugh,
Chaotic good then.
Right.
Well, he gave you more than he really could have if he had want. I mean, if he wanted to, he could have given you like almost nothing.
You gave me a lot for my question. Shit.
I know, right?
He gave you a lot for your question.
I love how it's like detail, 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 up your ass and to the left.
I mean, you're
bet
asking
this
a
is-
very
I-
generalized question.
I bet this is literally because I gave him a second question. Like,
This is
he just got
this is-
annoyed.
This is fucking like Caleb Widowgast in the fucking library, where Matt is like, okay, Caleb, I can email you this.
I need to know it now.
That's my favorite Liam moment in the campaign so far, where he's like, Matt's like, Liam, just fucking email me what you're looking up. I get it. You're gonna spend the rest of the day in here.
Okay. Well, I guess Gyrus gonna be like, is there nothing else you could explain further?
I think at this point he's just having fun with you.
Not really.
I think I pissed him off.
No, you made me sad.
I made you sad.
Not you.
Did the horse sad?
Why?
To think
Why are
that
you sad?
Had nothing in your mind worth seeking or holding.
Never said I didn't have anything worth seeking. I just didn't want to ask you anything. I want to find the
I
I wanna
like that you
find
guys
the
are
answer.
acting like this is a shots fired moment. It's
It's not, but
it's
it's
really not.
The way he
That
said
was
it.
some high
No,
you feel-
the horse is gonna
You
smite
pick,
him.
you feel like a slight flick on the back on your back in PR.
oh my god.
what?
He just holds out his hands to shake your hand real quick. He just daps you up, basically.
Just shrugs and then shakes it.
What the
I just want your
fuck?
wording of it.
Oh my
Let me
fucking god.
rephrase
I just now I just imagine it in my head. I just imagine he just says this is the most cool dude voice, and
Yeah,
sunglasses
but no,
come down.
here's the thing. You gotta understand, Rinkin was so fed up with the shit coming out of this guy's mouth. And then you say, I really just don't care about what you have to say about it. You're just, Rinkin went from totally bored to just suddenly like
Ears
amazed.
perk up.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Cassie just has her head in her hands.
Let me rephrase
What?
that then. Something that you decided that asking for the word of a celestial was simply not something you wished for.
My brother has always been the giving type.
Very down to earth.
Being the giving type is good, and it is something that will reward you.
Okay, I know
just-
Halcyon enough. Halcyon, as this conversation is going on about giving, he's starting to laugh.
God damn it.
Athos kind of he holds a hand up and he's like, well, one, I prefer to find out the answers for myself. First-hand experience is always a good bit of evidence for me. And two, I mean, you're powerful and all, but I mean, it doesn't make you more important.
At what point have you had that idea? Kind of like gives you like this look of just like, have I done anything to make you think that? Just it doesn't look like
Well,
upset
no,
or
it's
anything.
just
It just looks
like-
really amused.
It's mostly just the fact that you felt sad about it, as
Yes.
though you were pitying me.
perhaps a bit of pity.
Anyway.
Is it wrong to feel that people should want more for themselves? Do you find that to be such a bad thing?
It's a bit holier than thou.
I
If you
am
know what I
literally a
mean.
celestial.
Doesn't
To
mean you
be
gotta be a
fair.
dick about it.
Perhaps he hasn't had time to practice anyway.
Just cause you're celestial doesn't mean you gotta act like it.
He sort of.
I do have to act like a celestial. That's part of
You
who I
see.
am. Yes.
You see his eyes kind of look up for a bit, and he opens his mouth, but then he just
Do I notice this with my
Closes it
16
and looks
passive
down.
perception?
I'm looking at Earthos. I noticed this. I just not saying shit.
I will. If no one else does, I will.
Let the man just have his own.
Let him, yeah, let him have his moment. Guys, stop jumping on his. Just stop jumping on him.
I'm not.
yeah, that's all he did. He just kind of looked. He kind of looked up a bit and opened his mouth, but then decided to just close his mouth again.
Okay. It doesn't say anything else. Just kind of just nods to you.
We gotta do anything else on this damn tree?
Cassie will
Add him to
move
the
up.
party.
Cassie will move up to Earthos. You. She points to the unicorn. I have one more question for you, and I feel like I should at least be able to ask it, considering that I was dragged here and my friend died for me to get here, and I got something that you weren't able to get. You! Spins around Earthos. Can we have family talk real quick? And it turns, like, really sweet into a smile.
The I'm totally not actually sweet and yeah, I know that.
No. Not like the, I'm sweet, but I'm gonna kick your ass if we're out of you. It's legitimately like, can I talk to you? Just real quick.
He kind of mumbles to himself like, looks like I'm in for even worse. He stands up, and he walks over.
She'll kind of like lead him out of the room quick.
Yeah.
She'll hug him. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why'd you ask?
You seem tense. And you were going to say something, but you decided not to.
I didn't feel like it was relevant. I was going to say, hold on, give me a second. I'm a bit tired, I've just woken up.
Time.
I was going to say, while I don't doubt the existence of the gods, obviously, because I'm sitting in front of a unicorn, that, I don't believe in them. So, yeah. Or I don't have faith, I guess, yeah. But, yeah, again, it's not relevant, so.
She shrugs. I mean, everything you say is relevant. At least. So, everything you say is relevant, at least to me, so. I feel like you have to hold back on what you're thinking. Even if it seems irrelevant, sometimes it can become relevant.
Yeah. I just don't want there to be an argument. Or, to be higher of a unicorn.
I think you're not gonna gain the eye unless you decide to stab him. In which case, then I guess we're both gonna gain the eye, because unfortunately I always have to back you up, and she, like, lightly punched his arm.
Fine. As they walk back in again, he just says, he's basically says, like, what he was going to say. Like, to the unicorn.
So he just says that. He says that, and the unicorn just kind of nods, just like, as I believe was mentioned to you by Set before. He filled me in a little bit on what he has spoken to you of, but there's no way to convince you otherwise without
Why?
breaking the ability to have a chance to believe. believing, having faith, that's to want to know something without actually seeing it. And if you were to see the gods, it, well, might mean worse things for one's afterlife, but, you know, that all depends on how you treat yourself and others during your life. And thus far, if you are, as your sister said, a giving person, I do not see anything wrong with that, or with what will come of you.
Arthos tilts his head. Guru, if he's
Yeah.
referring to the conversation Set had with Cassie and Gyrus,
Yes. He doesn't know that you weren't there for that. He
yeah,
said he,
so
he
like
has said
Arthos
yeah.
is like
Arthos has no idea what's going on with
squinting,
that.
squinting, tilting his head like I don't remember Set
also,
telling
yeah.
me shit.
Yeah, in the background it says like making you know the cutting his hands under his neck, just like
X-Nay.
Wait, what did I miss? I had to be right back for like 3 seconds.
So
You really didn't miss anything.
You know the
No, I
conversation-
didn't. I know that. We'll continue.
basically the unicorn thought that Arthos was there for the conversation you had with Set, and Set's just behind him, just like just like no, I didn't tell it to him, not to him. The unicorn has
The
no
neck
idea.
shot motion.
Yeah.
Ixnay on the info A.
Well, more along the lines of no, I didn't tell him that, not him, not him.
That's like okay. So as he was saying that, that's why I'm sitting here like, I wonder what the.
No, yeah. Again, he asked Set what he had told the party. Set didn't
Hello?
specify that
Hey.
it was
Oh,
only you and Gyrus who were told this information. So the unicorn
Yeah.
believes that he is aware of it, even though he is not.
Cassie's eyebrows arch slightly.
yeah. Arthos is like tilting his head, squinting at the unicorn like I don't remember Set telling
I
me shit.
will
you say
explain
that?
fully before.
Yeah, I say that.
Yeah.
He like kind of like looks at you, just like Set said. He looks over to Set and kind of like makes like a not him, and is like, a misunderstanding was made. I apologize. Ask your sister about it. She'll.
How do you clap your hands together when you have hooves? Because that's like literally the motion that I just imagined. Like when you clap your hands and you kind of bow your head like, oops.
It appears I have diddly done to the fucked up son. I apologize.
However, he ain't got hands, so.
He just
Or
claps
is
his
any-
hoof on the ground. That's all.
Is there any other shit we gotta do on this fucking train?
I don't know,
Other
see
than
what
getting
I
she-
think
Lord
Cassie.
and-
I think Cassie wanted a word with the unicorn, but
You can have your word, unless you wish to go deeper, which there is more to this tree and to the
No!
city that is hidden within the branches, but that might be perhaps something for a venture where you're hopefully not having to worry too much about what is.
I'm tired of getting bitten by multi-headed quadrupedal snakes!
Oh, you saw
No!
the hydras, yes. Well, to be fair-
Politely, I've got better shit to do.
Business isn't quite done here. Jairus kind of
politeness is appreciated.
The fuck you gotta do?
This
Ringen's
is
looking
the
at you.
question that I was going to ask. You have. She kind of glances over his shoulder like, you owe me. And she turns back to him.
Hmm.
We're looking for a book. A strong one. And not something that we found in the library where we went. Do you have any idea what something like that might be?
Thank you for the vagaries. What book are you referring to?
Jairus, what the fuck were the details to this fucking book?
Okay, let me recall, because Jairus, unlike me, has a great memory. So,
Don't you just love it when your character's like that?
he'll explain exactly what she told him. I don't know where the fuck it is. Yeah, I'm just gonna say whatever she told him, he repeats. Which, from what I can vaguely recall, was something about, like, it being a big book or something, and was it... I don't remember what she said it was about. I think
Wait,
she said
Which she?
vaguely was.
Which she?
The hag.
The Hag. Yeah.
Ah, that book.
As
Yeah,
he
need that
describes
book.
it, do I fucking recognize the description now that I think about it? I'm wondering if, because I know what the goblins were doing, and I'm wondering if they fucking stole from this place, and that book sounds familiar.
That's a very good
history
question.
check.
Wait, say that again, girl?
Roll a history check.
Roll a history check, alright. Where the fuck is my history? Right there.
Christ.
Not great, but it's 12, so it's not awful.
I mean, there's a couple of books that, was in the quote-unquote goblinoid library. I mean, most of them were big, though. They didn't really take little books when they took books.
The one I'm
Alright.
describing is big, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Any I remember specifically?
Not specifically. Most of them had pretty plain covers. I mean,
Guru,
yeah.
I'm gonna give you a question.
Ask it.
No.
Yes.
DM. I'm gonna DM it to you for a reason. You'll see the reason.
Again, with that history check, I'd say that you wouldn't know for certain.
Alright.
Possible.
It's possible that the book you're looking for would be at the Goblin Village. You see, we weren't like, other goblins. We were more, I'm not gonna say sophisticated, but we looked into different things. And, yeah, if you get what I mean.
So you're saying goblins stole the book I may be looking for?
Fuck if I know. It's a possibility. And I'll look at the fucking horse.
You wouldn't happen to know that, would you?
You got any
I
clue?
would not know that for certain, but it's certainly a possibility. Goblins, well, they used to try and climb up and do various things here. To be fair, though, only so many ever got high enough to actually find things of worth. It is possible.
Our goals might have aligned, possibly.
Quite possibly.
But if you're stealing it from the village, who are you stealing it for?
He doesn't answer right away. He smiles and he's like, I may have made a very bad mistake in my past.
What do you mean by mistake?
He kind of glances at Kathy.
You know the
fuck you
smile? You know the smile that she gave you when she was incredibly pissed off at the first day that you did it? Yeah, you kind of got that one going on again.
Cassie, the fuck I do?
Have you heard of Hag?
Guru, studying the Feywild, how much do I know of Hag?
With study of the Feywild, yeah, you're aware.
The fuck the Hag look like?
Well,
Large.
Did it show its true self to you, or an illusion?
Did it show an illusion to us and then it
Illusion.
switched a second? As far as I
Would I-
know.
Yeah.
I think it
Well-
showed itself.
Well, from what it sounds like, you made a deal with a Hag, huh?
Yep.
Alright. So, doing this,
You would know that deals with hags aren't like
common.
not only common, but they're not binding. It's not like you're selling your soul to a fiend.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, if
They'll
you
get
promise
pissy.
a thing, they can get a little bit antsy if they're expecting you to follow up on your end of the bargain.
So it's not gonna be like your soul be shattered for not doing, but she won't be happy.
I don't want an angry hag stalking you.
Well, hags you can take care of relatively easily if it's by themselves. She wouldn't happen to have an army.
We don't know that.
You have
That's
a
the problem.
good idea.
Do we? I'm fucking completely forgotten.
What the fuck was she ordering to fucking fuck us up, Paris?
Oh, Christ, that's right. Oh, Christ. Oh, no. Never mind, I'm just pale.
Rinky
Your
just takes a
complexion,
deep
that's
breath
worrying.
in and a deep breath out, and he's grabbing the bridge of his nose.
Yeah, welcome to my exact reaction.
Alright, what the fuck she's got on her?
Red caps, as far as we know, but she probably has more.
I know about red caps too, girl.
A little bit. They're not as common.
Yeah, I got an idea.
It's
Alright.
basically just don't spill blood and violence when you go into the Feywild. It can really cause problems.
Alright, so red cap, fucking problem. How much? Any idea of how many?
She dropped 5 on us, so...
Wouldn't be smart to drop the entire army. And what does she want for this? She wants this book, right? That means it's an important book. What was she willing to offer you in return?
All I saw was a pendant. And I'm switching into ring attacks and accident.
I'm not asking you. He's looking at
Oh.
Joris.
He kind of nods. Like, yeah, it's what you said.
A pendant? What would it look like?
It did have an eye in it or something, right?
It had like an eye in the center, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he says then. It had a sort of eye in the.
Was it an active eye or just a detail?
I don't remember.
I think it was dead center in the fucking pendant. Like it
And
was.
then it moved. He's asking
Yeah,
if it
it-
moved.
Yeah, it was moving.
That doesn't ring a fucking bell, does it?
Nope.
Yeah. Fuck's sake.
Mhm.
At the time, I just.
Alright. First things first. I'm identifying that fucking amulet before you get it. Second thing, I'm figuring out what the fuck that book is before you get it. Or we'll give it to her. Got it?
Of course, I want to know what it was too.
Then I'm willing to help. But
Jairus kind of nods.
True.
Hmm?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I insight fucking Jairus when he says he just wants to look through it?
Well, yeah, he said he wanted to look at the book as well, of course.
I know. But I also know him and his lust for knowledge.
Harris, all you could get from that is if he's telling the truth or if
Yeah.
he's lying.
I was gonna
Okay.
say, and he's already told you that's what he said before.
Yep.
Sure.
People
His
haven't
opinion
pissed
on-
off any
yeah.
other hags, have you?
What was that?
You haven't pissed off
You
any
people-
other hags.
There was an older woman who said she put a curse on Earthos, but he hasn't died yet, so...
Bertha sneezes.
That's not what curses does. It's more. Curses
I
are
don't
mostly
sneeze.
torture.
Don't sneeze. Well, he hasn't,
Curses most of the time torture, not really.
well, he hasn't
kill.
seemed to have any effect regardless, so I don't think she was a hag. I'm really hoping not.
Alright. Anything else you people gotten yourself into that I should know about?
I literally came here just for this, and she'll gesture to the...
I'm talking about in general. Got baggage.
Not what I can think of. I mean, I did get traumatized by a city that came back to life, but
Oh yeah, the melting dead one.
Alright. Anybody's after you at all? No.
None that we're aware of.
Alright, fair enough. All I need to know.
Cassie looks like she wants to smack Jairus in the back of the head. Like, talking about this again has made the rage resurface.
So yeah, I'm willing to take you back to my village, but don't touch shit. Without asking me, of course.
Jairus nods. So you're convinced that this book may be there?
I think it's better than going through another fucking one of them towers.
Oh, thank God, I agree with him on that one.
Jairus looks like he wants to fight it. Like,
How tall is Jairus again? How tall is Jairus again?
he's a fairly tall boy. Let me go check.
He's like 6'1", isn't he?
6'2", yeah.
Awesome! I'm pulling him down and putting him in a headlock. He's not tall enough to escape this.
It doesn't mean you can automatically do it if he doesn't
Nick,
fight it.
I mean,
He
know.
doesn't fight it.
Okay.
He fights it.
So, Jarvis, I strong-armed a unicorn to get you more information instead of a question for me, and we're going into a goblin place instead of the tower. Are we clear?
Yes.
The unicorn's just like, I'm
Let's
standing
move.
right here.
To be fair, there's more than just goblins in the village at first, but yeah, mostly goblins.
Most.
I love the idea the unicorn's like, I'm standing right here. How could you talk about this?
And yeah, I guess it's yours. You see, you hear as he puts his hand in his bag, he undoes a few things. Like you hear like a latching and a mechanical sound. Then he hands up.
Latch, log, zipper, slide.
No, it's like with his hand in the bag already. So it's like
No, I
he did
know.
something in the bag.
I'm saying you have like 80 locks inside the bag.
I mean, not technically untrue.
Not technically right either at all, but
Yeah.
yeah. Alright, there you go. I don't really give a shit what you do with it at this point.
It takes it motions to
I
Stick
set,
it
like,
on its horn.
it like when you hold your hand out to like stick it on his horn, it levitates out of your hand.
Oh bullshit! You fucking boring.
I mean, if it's telepathic, then that would make sense too.
Set takes it from the air and goes to set it down.
Now can we quietly leave this fucking place?
If that is your desire, no one will stop.
Not talking to you.
She
She's looking to the
will
party.
Oh,
walk up to the unicorn. I don't remember your name. I don't know if you told me.
I never gave it. It was not something of importance.
Well, it is now, so what is it?
It is still not something of importance.
She tilts her head.
Do you
How's
have
that?
something you prefer to be called?
It looks like it's like fighting it, just like, and then all of a sudden set from downtown, just like Dawn sometimes. But just because of the fact that it likes to be reminded of the fact that yes, it can in fact be related to something that is as beautiful as the dawn. He just like the unicorn just kind of looks back at him, just like, really? He's just like, yeah, you answered the questions, I answered the questions too. I'm
I
allowed.
believe that was called cosmic karma.
No, that's called me being a good friend.
Sometimes karma is good.
Sometimes friendship is good, and sometimes it isn't. You never know.
Mm.
The unicorn just shakes its head and just like, focus on that.
I've been betrayed.
We can get in the same way we got here, alright? Or get out the same way we got in.
Yes, you can.
Alright. Shall we head off?
Just remember not to drown yourself.
Huh?
It opens
We gotta
up-
go through water again, remember?
Oh.
Oh yes, such a burden for me. Oh, he throws up his hood and slowly shimmers into invisible.
I hate you so much.
Let's go.
Be safe. And you guys begin heading out. For the sake of brevity, just because of the fact that at the moment you're not really going to be running into too many other things. The Hydras fell far enough down that they're not going to be popping up to assault you. That you guys get back to the portal. You guys are able to remember what you need to say to get yourself through here without incident. And you are...
And the fucking whatever the fuck Oz wrote in is starving.
Fuck what?
Whatever the fuck Oz wrote in is starving.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not starving.
It eats grass.
Yeah.
Fine.
It eats grass and whatnot. As soon as you guys come out of the water, it just like makes like a very happy noise and just kind of like stomps in place, just like, "Hey, you're back."
I realize I have to wait on Lux because Lux has to take the other way down.
Yes, Lux has to fly down. That being
Oh,
said,
finally get my stuff back.
yes, you'll be able to get all your stuff back.
Oh
all that good stuff that you've had waiting for you. We will be ending the session.
Guru, if I
there.
start from the bottom and full dash up from the bottom water, can I fucking Shamu out of the water?
I'll allow it.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay, dope.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I fucking torpedo out of the water. Cool,
Shush.
cool.
We are ending the session there, and more importantly for y'all, yes.
Da 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 da!
You don't know what you just fucking done.
Level up.
Well, he can already reanimate people through fucking murders, so
you
fuck!
think that's just simply the beginning, Paris.
Oh, I can't wait to hear what. the
Guys,
fuck you're
actually
actually
take a look
gonna
on
do.
something, because something blaring might be new on Renkin. Like,
It's just like blinding light just fucking explodes from his chest.
Trust me, there's more stuff that's going to be going on and such, but
oh yeah,
That's,
wait, Renkin might, okay, wait, yeah, something new is gonna be on Renkin, just get ready, I'm telling you that now.
I just
Oh,
realized
trust me,
something with
there's-
amusement.
there's
I get
other
like
stuff.
nothing at 6th level,
Oh my god.
other than that.
and that's
Ah.
all good. That being said, for everyone watching back at home, thank you all so much for
Oh
watching
my
with us.
God.
We greatly appreciate it and are always having a good time making these for you guys. We hope that you have a fantastic day, and until next time, we've been with Team Comp, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye bye!
See ya.
Bye.
Boy.